Hey, y'all. What's going on?
How's everybody today? What it do, ladies and gentlemen? What it do? It's your boy. It's your boy, SBK, coming to you live and direct. Shout out to King Ernest. We got that from King Ernest. Shout out to King Ernest. What up, what up, what up? Come on in.
But y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all hit the like button.
Y'all come on in and holler at your boy, man. I just want to say hi to my peeps. What's up to my peeps? You know what I mean? And we're going to have some fun, you know what I mean? We always have fun. Shout out to everybody. Come on in, the bar's open, man. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. What it do?
Wow.
Come on in, let's talk about it. The bar is open. The bar is open. Hey. What it do? What's up, fam? The bar is open. Welcome to the bar. I am your host. I'm your boy, SBK. Coming to you live and direct. Salute to everybody. Shout out to King Earner. Salute to everybody, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Can y'all hear me all right? Can y'all hear me okay? How you feeling out there, good people? How y'all doing? Everything, y'all feeling all right? Got a one in the chat by the lovely Thrive and Glow with Joe. I'm going to salute everybody. We got all the lovely ladies up in here. I see you. I see you. Come on in here. The bar. I haven't opened up the bar in a minute. This bar's like conversation. We got a good one for y'all, man. Chat engagement. Chat engagement. You know what I'm saying? There is a poll question. Pause. I said poll question, though. There's a poll question. We need you to answer it, all right? So come on in, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. Happy Saturday. I'm going to read the poll question, but I got home training, ladies and gentlemen. I do have home training. I really do. You know what I'm saying? But happy Saturday. Executive producer, can you send me that question? You know, I can't see it on my end. It's lagging on my end. If you would WhatsApp to me. I got executive producer on the ones and twos. All right. So happy Saturday, everybody. Queen Fancy, she's been a member. She's been rocking with your boy for 6 months. Shout out to Queen Fancy. One love to you, love. One love. We was rocking out with Queen the Queen. Y'all go and subscribe to I Said What I Said. You know what I'm saying? Let me go up, scroll all the way up here. Scroll all the way up here. I got some home training. And I will speak to everybody. And he finally said it. He finally said it. My boy, Kevin Corporan, the attorney, our attorney. Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Thank you for coming through. One of our day ones there. Salute. The lovely Thrive and Glow with Joe. You heard what she said. What you waiting on? Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. You heard what she said. If you haven't hit that like button, click that like button for your boy. If you don't have your post notifications when I go live or whenever I drop something, click that bell. You know what I'm saying? So you heard what she said. Like, share, subscribe. The lovely Heather is in the house. Hello. How are you, sweetheart? Thank you for coming through. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Heather is showing love. The Queen is in the house. Queen Fantasy is in the house. She's been a member. She's been rocking with your boy for 6 months. And we got the algorithm, the one and only lovely Just Jay. Salute to the algorithm. Salute to you, love. Salute to you. Who else we got up here? Riders for Life. Hey, look. Riders, look what I got. I'm going to be reading some more. Y'all go subscribe up to Riders for Life. Y'all go subscribe up to my girl, Rachel. I'll be reading more from her passages. I might be putting it on the page, but y'all go and subscribe. Y'all go cop that portrait. Very talented young lady. You know what I'm saying? That's my girl there. Shout out to you, love. One love to you. Y'all go subscribe up to my girl, Riders for Life, and go cop that portrait. You know what I'm saying? My boy, 2 Cent, my little bro is in the house. Salute to you, bro. Salute to my little bro. Salute. So, absolutely. Man. Now, we're going to be talking about some things, but first, like I said, man, I want everybody to support each other. I want everybody, just about everybody in here in the chat is your content creators. So I'm looking at Rachel, Riders for Life. I said what I said. My boy, 2 Cent. Thrive and Glow with Joe. I want you guys all to sub up to each other. Mods, you put your links in the chat. Thank you guys for rocking with your boy. Some of you guys I need to give a wrench to. I'm looking at Rachel, I need to give you a wrench. Y'all go and sub up to each other. That's what I like to do, man. I like to see everybody grow. I like to see everybody support each other. You know what I'm saying? I got the link pinned, but I'll be bringing people up. The link is pinned. You can come up anytime, but I got the link pinned. Let me see. Hold on just a second, ladies and gentlemen. The poll is a poll question up. Can y'all see the poll question in the chat? Can y'all see the poll question in the chat, ladies and gentlemen? Can y'all see the poll? Yeah. Can y'all see the poll question? I don't know if I can. Can y'all see it? Y'all answer. The poll is pinned. To the poll is pinned, not the link. Oh damn! I thought I pinned both of them. Hey Sandra. Hey Miss Alice. My peers in the house. My sisters in the house. What she say? What you say? Don't sub to each other right away. 24 hours because YouTube will remove. Wow. Oh damn. Is that right? Damn. I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. So you heard what the queen said. She would know. You know what I mean? Don't sub to each other right away. Wait 24 hours because YouTube will remove your subscriptions. I've heard some fugazi stuff. You know what I mean? So, man, that's crazy. It's always crazy. But yeah, man, y'all hit the like button. We got an exciting show for you. You see the title. You see the title. Submission in 2026. Earned, outdated, or misunderstood. Now, don't y'all think that this this subject is going to be one-sided. This is something I've been wanting to talk about. I always, whenever I have content, I always listen. I listen to you guys. I listen in real life. I listen to stories. I look at real life stories. I look at real life events that are in front of my eyes. Everybody has a story to tell, right? When you talk about submission, when it comes to a man and a woman, relationships. I heard Miss Foxy say last night whenever I was announcing what I was talking about last night. Shout out to Miss Foxy. She typed in the chat that submission is a dirty word in these days. You know what I'm saying? But in life, we all have to learn to give and take, right? Life is about give and take. And with submission, let's look at the word submission. We're going to look at the word submission. But first of all, let me read that poll question. You guys vote, all right? Go and vote. The question is, when you hear the word submission, quote unquote submission, what comes to mind? When you hear it in circles, when you hear it amongst men and women. All right, well, this is full participation, ladies and gentlemen. When you hear the word submission, men and women, you hear it in church circles, you hear it in society, and you hear maybe a debate, healthy dialogue, and you hear the word submission, right? What do you guys, what comes to mind? All right, and here's the choices: trust, respect, control, or do you feel like it's outdated? When you hear the word submission, all right, I got the definition. I think I still got it. I don't know if I still have it. I think I had to. I thought I had it. StreamYard is kicking me out, and when it kicks me out, I don't know if y'all had issues with StreamYard. StreamYard kicked me out just a few minutes right before the show, and I had things set up, You know, you think you have a perfect show, and then all of a sudden StreamYard starts acting up and kicking me out. So, but when you hear the word submission, right, it's automatically, some people, it's a turnoff. When you hear it, you know, I don't know about y'all. You know, I grew up in church. You know what I'm saying? And you hear the pastor talk about women need to be, wives need to be submissive to their husband. But they fail to read other verses where it says, you know, you're supposed to submit to each other, right? The lovely Who Dat is in the house. Hey, sweetheart. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. But I want to dive into it. All right. I want to dive into it, and I want to hear what y'all think. All right. Now I also have. I thought the link was in, but I'm gonna go ahead and y'all can come on up anytime you want to. There it is right there. But when you hear the word submission in relationships, do you automatically get turned off? What do you think about? Do you think about trust? Does trust come to mind? Does respect come to mind? Does control come to mind? You know what I'm saying? Or do you think it's outdated? I see you preaching. I'm gonna read your comment, Ryder. Ryder says submission to me could mean many things depending on how it's being used in the conversation or in a relationship. Absolutely. So, what's going on? DR, the Bay Area, baby. Good evening to you. I thought I saw Jimbo up in here. Did I just mention? I thought I saw Jimbo up in here. Did I miss you, Jimbo? I thought I saw Jimbo up in here. Shout out to the Bay Area, baby. But the word submission, I had it. Let me look it up right quick so I can read it to you guys. But the word submission, man, can be a turnoff to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Do you ladies have a problem with that word? You know what I mean? Whenever you hear that word, are you automatically turned off? And I want to know why you're turned off. I want to know why you're turned off from the word. Men. I know there's men in listen to me, in Ghost Watchers. And by the way, if you're a Ghost Watcher, come on in and hit that like button. And let's play the game. Shanice, the lovely Shanice is in the house. How are you, love? Thank you for coming through. So the word submissive, being submissive, the word means ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly, obedient, or passive. Now that's what the dictionary says. But as the great Rachel said, submission could be a number of things. Exactly, Dior. Wait a minute. Submission could be a number of things. You know what I mean? The link is pinned. Y'all can come on up, man, and y'all can join me. The bar is open. This bar conversation. Submission could be a number of things. In this day and age, men take the word and abuse it. Women take the word and abuse it. You know what I'm saying? And they use it as a form of power, use it as a form of abuse. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want y'all's thoughts on it. Right? So last night, at Tap In Podcast, we were talking about Larry Wheels. We talked about Larry Wheels, the bodybuilding guy, right? Y'all remember that? We're talking about him and his wife. I won't get into all the stuff that we're talking about, but one of the things that stood out that we didn't really talk about, that I got pulled up right here, that I want you guys to listen to, that his wife comes across very, very dominant, and he comes off passive, very passive in the eyes of people. All right, so I want you guys to look at this. Now he's gone viral. You know, we talked about it, about him being a cut. You know, him and his behaviors. Thank you, Shanice. Hey, thank you so much. There is a there is a goal. I will take a shot. I will take a shot. Ryder says no, because no one said to me in the way it's in the dictionary. Who that said I never think about the word right or wrong. It's never been a part of my vocabulary. So when I hear the word, it just goes over my head. You'll be amazed. I got somebody back in the chat. But like you said, it many means in dictionary. Facts. So before I bring my guest up, hey Lucy. Hey love, how you doing? Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for coming through. Thank you. Before I bring my guest up, if you're married, hopefully you are submissive. We're gonna talk about that. You guys come on up. The bar is open. I don't know if the link is pinned. Maestro, you can pin the link if you can. I put it, but I'm gonna drop it again. You guys come on and let's talk about it. But I want to play this video and you guys can come on through. But I want to play this video. I want you guys to react to it. I want to say shout out to Greg Duche and the beautiful bean footage. Lucy has been a member. Hold on, before I share this. Lucy's been a member for 11 months. Thank you for rocking with me. Lucy's been one of those day ones when I first got on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The queen is in the house. How are you, love? How are you? So let me share this beautiful bean footage, as Sis says. And I want you guys to react to it, all right? And I want to say shout out to Greg Duche. We'll talk about Larry Wheels. As you know, we talked about Larry Wheels as a fitness guy. He's all over the internet as being a fitness enthusiast. Fanichi, what's going on, bro? Salute to you. Salute to my boy, Nine Ja Fanichi. So Larry Wheels is a fitness guy. He's been in the fitness industry for years. You can't talk about fitness or bodybuilding, powerlifting, or being a strong man without talking about Larry Wheels. He's made a very good name for himself on social media. But since he's brought his wife to the scene, it's caused a lot of controversy. Made him look weak. You know what I'm saying? Back at the bushes. So I want you guys to, I want to play this. I've been speaking to everybody, but I'm going to play it now. I want you guys to react to it, all right? And then I'm going to bring my guest up. All right.
He's essentially condoning his behavior.
You're the man in the relationship. You're, bringing all the bread to the table. It's like, you shouldn't have to be allowed to do anything. You should be able to do whatever you want, right?
Well, I think if that's your mindset, you're going to have a hard time in a relationship.
Brainwashed. Tell me you're brainwashed without telling me you're brainwashed. It's because Larry Wheels has absolutely zero red pilled in him whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying you should all be red pilled, but there's certain aspects of it that make sense. To think that your woman can control your behaviors. When a woman tries and succeeds at changing your behavior, you lose. And by lose, I'm talking about you're losing the relationship, which is a 1 + 1 = 3.
Okay, so I'm going to let him finish. Can y'all hear me? I'm going to let him finish. But again, a lot of red pill folks, guys, like to hang on the word submission. All right? And so that's where the confusion comes in. All right? So let's read.
She does not want to be able to control you. She might say that she does. She might act like she does. She might, in fact, try to do so. But if she says, stop doing this, stop doing that, please don't do this, please don't do that, and you say, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, masty, it's not going to be very good.
I mean, we've been making this work for 5 years now, 2 years married. And if that was my mindset, she would not be here today. Like, I think I am bringing bread to the table, but we are a team. And a lot of the clips that have gone viral are because of her interaction. She's been carrying a lot of streams, right? So in a way, she has been contributing because of her presence and the shit she's saying on stream to help us go viral.
Yeah, and so it's so great. The reason we're going viral and why everyone is seeing me this way, why is because, she's completely mocking me as a human being, as a man. I'm going viral for all the wrong reasons, and it's thanks to her. And so thank you.
So let me give some context. Hold on, guys. Let me give some context to everything, right? So this guy, Larry Wills, he's brought his wife to the forefront. So his wife has been saying some disparaging things about other men, saying how other men are attractive in front of his face, all right? So, and we've talked about this on Tapped In. Somebody come in here. Serious, how are you, love? Thank you for coming through. Thank you. So his wife has said a lot of disrespectful things, and that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying with this. All right. He is basically kind of very passive. Very passive. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to his wife. And it comes across as him being weak. You know what I mean? Him being a cuck. So without further ado, I got a guest back here. Hey, love. What's going on, JJ? How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, it's been a while. Where you been hiding at?
Just chilling. I check in the replays from time to time, but I'm just here.
Just here. Okay.
Yeah.
This subject right here, and I kind of figured I was glad that you were coming up because I know this is bar-like conversation, so I can't wait to get you on the panel with the LeBron James and MJ. But that's another story. Okay, but this subject right here, Shanice, you gave another 5? Thank you so much, Shanice, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Add this to the bar tab. So, Jen J, what are your thoughts? Because a lot of, this is a very, we can talk about this forever, but this is it can be controversial, but, people can look at it as being controversy, but people can look at it different ways. So what are your thoughts? Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the panel.
Absolutely.
I just want to say somebody has probably said it, but it goes without saying that people are welcome to do whatever they would like in their relationship. Like, we don't have to state the obvious. So
Yep.
Somebody's going to come out the woodwork and say, you can't tell anybody how to run their relationship, and what we get that. Can we just establish that from the beginning and move on? That being said, I like what you were talking about earlier about the word submissive,
Mm-hmm.
and how people have different interpretations of that word.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of equate it to, and I'm not calling you out because I don't know you like that, but I kind of equate it to when people say they cleaned the house, and you're like, but you didn't dust or you didn't fold this up. The house isn't clean. Well, it's clean to me. Well, that's not how I clean. I
Right.
feel like submission is kind of the same way. I don't see it as a bad word. It does work both ways, but it shows up in different ways. It looks different for a man being submissive to their woman, and it looks different for a woman being submissive to their man. I don't think it looks the same, and so because it doesn't look the same, people think, oh, it's just the woman being submissive. There are ways that men are also submissive in just in different ways.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that because there's a few men in the chat, but we're gonna get to that. But automatically, do you agree or disagree with me on this? Automatically, when the word pops up about being submissive, it's automatically people tend to just think about the woman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What the woman should do. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's like, to me, I don't understand that. And that's one of the reasons why I have this platform, because this is like, I want to hear, because majority of the people that follow me are lovely ladies in the chat. And all of you guys, every last one of you guys are very opinionated, and I love it. All of you guys that are in the chat are very opinionated, and I love it. But not every man is like me. You see what I'm saying? Not every man wants to hear things out. You know, that red pill stuff, you know, is very much prevalent. You know what I mean? So when I read that definition, it can be misleading. You know what I mean? Because the way you described it, I've never like seen it that way. But I look at submission as being, it's basically kind of conceding to certain things that you know that the one that you love is better at than you are, and then you can concede to her and she can concede to you. It's like a balance. It should be a balance. You see what I'm saying? Because people like to use the scripture when it comes to submission, especially, you know, I don't want to say holy rollers, but in Christian circles, they like to say, you know, point at the woman, but they forget about that scripture that says husbands and wives submit to each other. You know what I'm saying? That's also in there as well. So go ahead.
Yeah, I agree 1000%. It usually has like a really negative connotation. It almost makes it seem like someone is being controlling over you, that you don't have any autonomy, that you're just a yes woman. Just yes, whatever you want me to do. You want me to just sit and be quiet. And I hate using this. Example. I think your audience is mature enough to understand the comparison, because there is no comparison to child slavery. I think we know that. But when people talk about the people that worked in the house or maybe served the food, how they were just supposed to be there and be quiet. That kind of idea, if that makes sense. I'm not comparing the two. We know there's no comparison.
For sure.
But that idea of seeing and not heard and just do as you're told. That's when someone talks about being submissive, that's the sentiment that I get. That negative kind of, I just do whatever I'm told and I don't have any opinions. You know, that's where I'm like, okay, that's a lot.
Twin says,
I can agree with Queen McQueen for sure.
Ah, shit, here we go. Sis, I said it.
Sure did.
Shit. So Bestie and Shanice, I said what I said. Shanice again, it's time for me to take a shot. We done hit that goal, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say shout out to Paul Masson. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you finish your thought, Jay. But shout out to everybody who donated. We're gonna do a member giveaway. We're gonna do a membership giveaway. So we're gonna do 2 giveaways today. You know how I like to give back. So this is to y'all. Thank y'all, man. One love to y'all. But yeah, we'll get into that too, Queen. I did say holy roller, Sandra, because you know, I'm old fashioned. but the holy rollers, the holy rollers, man, they like to talk about submitting and stuff like that. And I like that you brought that up, Jen J, about how, you know, it has so much of a negative connotation to it that it's not really fair. I really like to hear from you ladies that are married. Jen J, aren't you married? Didn't you just get married, by the way? Are you still?
No, soon to be married.
Soon to be married. See, I want to hear from ladies like yourself that are soon to be married or married. There's a lot of married women or who ex-married people. Oh, by the way, shout out to Miss Wanda is in the house. Hey, Miss Wanda. And she said submit to one another. You did just say that. And we mentioned that. Miss Jordan, this man on here talking about women submitting and he over here acting like a drunkard. Why do non-God-fearing men want... I will never know. Well, I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you coming through. Got the trolls coming in. I appreciate you coming through there, troll. But thank you for coming. Thank you for the light. What's up, Jimbo? What's going on, bro? Jimbo's in the house. Yeah. So, anyways, Bestie, you in the back. You want to come? You want to come up? You in the back? You ready to come up? Oh, she said no. She said no. She's commenting on your drink. She comment. I know she comment on my drink. Anyway, so anyways, so my thing is, see, let me ask you this, Jim J. The link is pinned. The link is pinned. I think the link is pinned. Y'all come on up. Being a soon-to-be married lady, do you feel like there has to be a lot of trust in submission? That's what I want to ask you in the chat as well. Does there have to be a lot of trust in there? A lot of trust for someone to submit. What do you think about that, JJ?
That is a great word to use. There has to be trust. To submit to somebody that you don't trust is an accident waiting to happen. So that trust definitely has to be there. It's kind of like, you ever seen those team building exercises where someone falls backwards and people have to catch the person? That kind of thing. You can't just do that with anybody. And it's kind of the same way. I gotta know that you got my back. I gotta know that you have my best interests. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. I think we find the issue comes in when we submit to the wrong person. Right. Whatever wrong may be, that might be different for everybody. But when there's a mismatch and you're submitting to the wrong person, it can really be a problem. Right.
Well, see, that's the reason why we we talked about it a little bit last night. I don't know if you was ghost watching, Jen, but we were talking about Umar. And talk about Anton and all that last night on Tap In. And unfortunately, with a lot of men, I'm not gonna say us men. I'm talking about men that I see, because I deplore men who act this way. But unfortunately, with a lot of men, just because they are the breadwinners, and just like this dude which I just played with Larry Wheels, just because men are breadwinners and they're the ones that bringing on the most money, or just because they have the equipment in between their legs, you know what I'm saying? They think that they have the power to say and do whatever they want, which, like you said, in turn can be dangerous. And so I think in any aspect, in my opinion, whether it's in a relationship or in business, but especially in a relationship and in marriage, respect has to be earned. You know what I mean? You might love that person. You might marry that person because you love them, but you still have to, respect comes a long way. You know what I mean? And what's unfortunate is that we got a lot of women hate. And a lot of men just use that word submission as a way of abuse.
Yep, I totally agree. I personally believe you cannot purchase submission. It's not something you can buy. There's not enough money for you to buy it. And I also believe you can't punch your way into submission. Although we know that happens quite often. But with those two things, somebody purchasing submission or punching to submission, that to me is the red flag. If it's based on those two things, something's gonna go wrong. Something's gonna go wrong.
but Jen, punching into submission or whatever, that's a good thing. That's separate. That's a separate entity. Shout out to my boy OSD. Where you at, Queen of Queen? What? Queen of Queen, you better hit this link. If there's anybody that hit this link, what's this lady talking? Women are called to submit to their husbands in all things, whether or not you trust him. You trust the Lord and reverence your husband. Okay, all right. I appreciate your I appreciate that. I appreciate your Joe says, I believe that submitting is respecting, not as much as allowing. Not so much allowing.
I'm not submitting to somebody I don't trust, but we can have a difference of opinion. That to me is asinine. That doesn't make sense to me why you would submit to somebody you don't trust. Never mind be with them, but we're not even gonna go there. But why would you submit to somebody that you don't trust?
Right, you have to trust that part. But but it happens though.
Yeah, it happens.
All the time. Look at all these low life content creators and social media pundits. They sit there, man, and like I said, I was talking about Umar building the schools and stuff like that. Talking about Anton. This dude, we talked about it last night. This dude said that he should have access to the box if he's paying this and he's paying that. And you mentioned that, right? Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, being a simp these days, they want it to pay. It pays for them, but it just makes you still lame, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Shanice. You making them trolls, man. Yeah, that's bullshit. Because when they need us, they want us to submit. It's a two more street. F that. It's a two-way street. I guess you want to say a two-way street. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's a two-way street. Yeah. I can agree with Miss Jordan. Why marry a man you don't respect? So.
But maybe I missed that comment. I'm sorry, but I read it as you should submit whether you trust them or not, and I don't agree with that.
I read that too. That's what I.
But I might have missed.
I read. I think she meant that. Women are called to submit to their husbands in all things, whether or not you trust him.
Yeah.
You trust the Lord and reverence your husband.
Okay.
Yeah, we read it right.
Yeah,
Yeah, you read it right. Yeah, you went crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we can agree to disagree. This is the bar. This is bar-like conversation. We can agree to disagree, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. My platform is going to be different from other platforms because we have healthy banter. And so we can agree to disagree. You might not like my sipping. You know what I mean? That's not going to mean that I'm going to stop sipping, and it doesn't mean that I'm a drunkard. It just means that, this is my platform and we like to have fun. You ready to come up? Nobody can hear you back in the back, lady. Do you want to come up? I cannot hear you. She's in the back chat just sitting there just talking.
Oh my God.
She's in the back chat sitting there talking like somebody can hear. What's going on? What you got?
Hey, everyone. You missed a comment from Ms. Jordan that I did agree on. She said most women don't have the spirit of Sarah in order to submit. Why marry a man you don't respect? You submit to your husband as you do to Christ. After she said, this is the part that I agreed, where she says, why marry someone you don't respect? So that's where
But that's
she
not
went
what-
to explain.
That's not what she. But she said. But all she's saying is most women don't have the spirit of Sarah. You know what I mean? But her original statement is, it doesn't matter about trust. You're supposed to submit. That's her original statement. You know what I mean?
Right. I got it. I was just you
Look.
hadn't mentioned that one.
That's called using your feminine.
Hey,
Lord.
Jay.
Hey,
That's what I was saying in the chat. I was curious about what your take was on it since you're about to get married, you know?
I kind of it's a push and pull for me. I don't see submission as a bad thing. I simply see it as I don't know if this is a bad word for people, but there can be too many cooks in the kitchen, and you need someone to take the lead in certain situations. And I don't see anything wrong with that. It's no different from, you know, how some people are like, I could never be an employee, you know, kind of thing. They kind of look down on people who have regular 9-to-5s. It's kind of the same thing to me. Like, everybody doesn't want to be a boss. Everybody doesn't have to be a boss. It's okay to say, I work a 9-to-5. I have, you know, I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the work that I do. Yes, I do have a supervisor or a boss, and that doesn't make me less than. It doesn't make me, you know, bad person. I don't feel like you have. I got a boss up, and I'm the boss, and nobody telling me what to do. And why are you in a relationship then? Like, just stay single. That's what being single is. It allows you to thrive and be independent. But
Okay.
if you're in a relationship, somebody has to. It's a 1-lane road. Somebody gotta be in front. Like,
I agree with that.
Okay, so let me ask you, you ladies, this: the link is pinned. The link is pinned. It is pinned, right, Jeff? Pinned.
Yes.
And I dropped it again. Y'all come on up. Let's talk about it. Do you guys think that being an independent woman, and let me preference my statement by when I mean an independent woman, when a woman has her education and making a lot of money just as much as a man, or even more so than a man, you think that has a lot to do with them not conceding or not submitting and all this type of stuff that we're talking about?
you want to go?
So being
Joe?
You can go first because I really haven't been there, you know?
All I can say to that is yes, but not for the reason some people may think. I think it's just that some people have a hard time taking off that hat when they are in a certain role or when they're in a certain level. Sometimes it's just hard to take off that hat and be something else when you get home. So I think it's more so some people just have a hard time leaving work at work and leaving home at home. So if you are, you know, the CEO at your company and everybody's answering to you and you do everything, and then you come home and it's like, it's hard to make that switch for some people.
Hey, Lisa. Shout out to Lisa J. Stocks. Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think here I come. Hold on, Queen to Queen got off the phone with her husband. I think, well, from experience, I think if the other person, regardless of what they do, I don't think it's a matter of what you do at home. I think if both people need to be working for the same reason. I mean, if like Miss Alice said, if it's not, you're unequally yoked, right? And I just think, I think it's not, I don't think the independence or the fact that they do so much matters. I think if one person feels the other person is not pulling their weight, then it's hard to submit to the other person. I think it's not earned, so to speak, but you know, when you have that trust, right? I mean, you have that trust that the other person is doing the same thing. That's why I said I haven't had that, because I didn't have that, right? I didn't. And that's why I agreed with what she said, that why marry someone you don't respect, or you don't. Yeah, respect was the word, right? That's why I agreed with that, because that's something I did wrong, right? But I think once you feel you always have to carry the load, then it's hard to submit to someone who's not standing for that. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I know, because the people are saying that they're not supposed to earn it. You're supposed to just give it, right? But there's no respect there. So how can you give it if there's no respect?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna read out. I got all of y'all's statements. Y'all are cooking in the chat. The chat is moving pretty fast, man. Welcome to the bar, y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Miss Jordan says, this is why I would like to stay at home wife with a business that runs on my schedule. So I'm there for household and my husband. According to scriptures, a virtuous woman was a businesswoman. That's what Miss Jordan says. Queen Fancy says most of the time, and you ladies on the chat, you ladies can chime in on this. Miss Fancy says most of the time, if you're in charge at work, when you get home, you tend to be submissive, in my opinion, and I agree with that, because I've seen it and you said that too, Jen J. I just didn't get a chance to, because I wanted Joe's opinion after yours. But being in leadership for a number of years, for decades, I've seen, I've had very close friends and people that have been in management as women, and then they tend to take that role at house, and they're kind of like so aggressive that it causes tension at the house. You see what I'm saying? And they can't really separate work from the house, because you know, sometimes at work, being a leader, I know being a leader, you have to take charge. It's not that you're being bossy or whatever, but you have to take charge, right? So when you take charge, it's hard when you go home to turn that switch off when you get home. Now you have to discipline the children. You have to, be stern when it's talking to your kids and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Handle business at the house. But there's work mode, then there's home mode, you know what I mean? And so that's the reason why I asked that question, right? That's the reason why I asked the question. Go ahead, Joe, what you got to say?
Oh, but I think I said what I said is saying opposite. She's saying if at work you're in charge, when you get home, you tend to be very submissive. Like you just want to just.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to be in charge at home. That's what she's saying.
Oh, okay.
You're at work in charge. When you get home, you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to,
okay. I got you. Okay.
Can I speak?
But go ahead, Jen.
Can I speak to that? I would be curious to know what I said. What I said. What does submissive mean to I said what I said? Because I have a feeling we don't mean the same thing. Because when you say that, what I hear you saying is you tend to be very passive. So I can understand someone who's in charge, super in demand, and is passive at home. But submissive, I would wonder what I said means by submissive. Because I don't want to assume. I have a hard time believing. Maybe some women are like that. I mean, I'm with a man, so I don't know about that situation. But men, they're quite the opposite, and sometimes even worse at home because they're taking out issues that they're dealing with at work. I don't know many men like that are submissive at home in the way that I know the word submissive to be. If they're in charge at work, they are in charge at home. They might be passive, but not submissive. There's a big difference to me for that. Passive is like, I don't care what we eat tonight. Just do whatever you want. I'm exhausted. That's not submissive. So someone who's in charge may be passive and laid back and kind of don't want to do much at home.
Right. I say that's why you got cuckolds.
But that's not submissive to me.
That's just weakness. Ms. Jordan also says this. I already read that. Yeah, but I read that one. And so, good night. By the way, Jail Love. Right on a woman's kids could block her from a wild weekend in AC. Welcome to Sacrifice. Okay.
Oh, I got that. I see what they're saying.
I got another visitor. Ms. Jordan also said, I didn't say this. The Lord did. Trust me, it's a big pill to swallow, but who can question the Lord? He's the author. He would know best. Just saying. I may not understand, but I try not to argue. There's 2 girls at work with kids and don't have a ring. Very few women don't even have a clue how to lock down a good man. And Ms. Alice says, I would think that if you don't respect and trust your mate, you're unequally yoked. All right, I got it. And we got some lovely ladies to join me tonight. I said what I said, the queen and the other queen to queen. How are you?
How you doing? Hey, y'all.
Hello, ladies.
I was gonna chill in the chat tonight.
I can't let you chill. I be saying certain things just to try to get you up.
Yeah. I think you do. You guys do. And then Jen J, I would be interested to see what I said.
Oh shit! Oh,
so listen, Linda, let me just tell y'all something. We educate y'all on a few things.
teach us some thoughts.
Let me teach y'all a few things. Like Queen says, it's teaching session right now. She was teaching today.
That's it. All jokes aside, that's what I'm here for. So I'm
right.
Hear from you.
Well, seriously, most of the time, and that's why you see a lot of people crashing out, right? Because you'll see a powerful person at work. I mean, they're just powerful. They're the head, they're the CEO, they're in charge, they're making decisions all day. And most of those people are totally opposite when they go home. Yeah, there are a few people that can't turn it off. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot, but those are called control freaks. Okay. But most of the time, when you're giving orders all day and you're in charge all day, when you get home, that's the last thing that you want to do. And you will be very surprised of how many women and men are very submissive to their partners when they get home. It's because they're making decisions all day, and when they get home, they don't want to do that anymore. They want to just let it go and let the spouse take over. And even in being submissive, all being submissive is to me is just taking care of each other. It's not a control thing. It's not you go do what I say do. It's about me taking care of your needs and you're taking care of my needs, and we're working together to take care of each other. So, and that's why sometimes you see people crashing out, and we catch them in diapers and things. They do all kind of crazy stuff. The CEOs, they want to be that BD, what is it called, BDSM and all of that. That's fucking that kind of stuff going on. And most of those people that's in that lifestyle, they're in charge of everybody else. So they want to relinquish that when they get home. Trust me when I tell you that.
You're bringing up sexual submission. We could take it there.
I'm bringing up all submission. I'm bringing up all submission.
Equal though.
Huh?
It's not all created equal, though.
It's not, and I'm not saying this for everybody, but I'm saying for a lot of people, you'll be totally surprised. It's just like when you go to the company, just say you go to the company Christmas party or whatever, you see a different side of people when they're with their spouses. When they're with their spouse, they're a totally different person. When they're relaxed and they're not on the job, you see people different. You don't see them as your supervisor or your superiority. They're different when they're off the clock. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we just talking about two different things, two totally different things. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, Jen J, let me say this. Hold on. I got to push back on you on that because, like I said, what I said, just like this dude, Larry Wheels, he's been caught up in some scandals with some cuck activity, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about it in some cuck, like some weird sexual activity, but he's been perceived and he's been viral because of the way that his wife is acting online. And it's perceived as him being weak. And so I think that I agree with Alice. I agree with, I said what I said because that could translate into some crazy sexual shit because as a man, you're lacking some confidence there. You know what I'm saying? And that's in my opinion. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
And mine.
But that doesn't have to do with the word submissive. Like I hear y'all, but I'm like, are we talking sexual? Because we can take it there.
No, I think it's all in turn because
it all goes together in my mind.
In my mind, I think it all goes together as well because when you're talking about he is conceit. Okay, that clip I just played. He's basically, and I didn't play all of it, but he's basically conceding to her. You know what I'm saying? And there's other clips. He's conceding to her. He's like letting her excuse her bad activity. He's letting her excuse the way she's looking at other men online, the way she's, you know what I'm saying? It's just questionable. And so he got exposed with some text messages of him liking to see other men knock off his old lady, you know what I'm saying? How he likes doing, you know what I'm saying? Basically, kind of similar to what I said with the diaper activity. So, but that type of mentality. So I think all of that, look.
She's doing what he wants though. So I don't understand how we equate that to just being submissive.
Is he? Because if you look at it, I look at facial expressions because that in turn to me, whenever I look at facial expressions, the way, I'm looking at the interaction, it's kind of like he's doing it, but he's not really, he's embarrassed. That's in my opinion. We can all, have some healthy banter and disagree.
Well, he embarrassed in the public. But at home, he ain't embarrassed because every relationship have like a little, you got that little special dynamic that you have going on at home that the public don't know anything about. What Queen was saying, when you get home, it's a different story. And y'all have your little play banter, whatever your banter is, you have that banter at home. And so he may have been embarrassed in public, but at home, hey, he's not new to the game, he's true to the game.
Exactly. I feel like it's stuff that he wants to do. So for me, that's not him being submissive. Whatever they do is their business, but all I'm saying is he's liking the photos, he's doing those things, he's being in that role because he's in control. I don't think it's her, I don't think it's her coming up with doing that stuff. That's something he likes, i.e. the diddler. That stuff he likes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Absolutely, because like I said, everybody got their little banter at the crib. What they do, it's not the same that you do in public. So whatever your little game is, that's what it is, SBK, why you keep laughing?
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying he's the one coming up with the script. That's all I'm saying.
Good.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
And she's submissive, but she's being submissive by following the script because she don't have to follow it.
I see her having whips coming out her ass, just whipping the shit out of him.
But that's what he liked,
Exactly. And he's getting what he wants.
And she getting what she want, because if she got the whips and he in the diaper, then she got the control.
Queen, the floor is yours.
And he got a pacifier.
Queen of Queen.
Hey,
What's
bro.
So
Happy
birthday.
Happy
everyone. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Queen.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate that. I just want to start by saying that a submissive person in any role, in any area of your marriage, whatever dynamic you guys have, if you are playing that submissive role, if you have decided to slide into that submissive role in your marriage or in your bedroom or just in your day-to-day or in the gender role or whatever, whether you're a man or a woman, that person is secure. That is a secure person. The person that takes that lesser role in the marriage, and understand when I say lesser, I don't mean a less influential or a part of the marriage, but a submissive person is a secure person. They're able to release that control to somebody else and just be in that moment for the gratification of that person, whether sexually or just for the flow of the marriage. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that submissive role. For me, I'm a traditional person when it comes to marriage. I love that submissive role. My husband, he's team oriented. He's like, no, we're walking through life together. And I'm like, no, I want you to dominate me. I want you to give me a directive. I want you to say, hey, no, we're doing this like that. That turns me on. So I can see how it transposes from sexuality to just partnership. You know what I'm saying? How submissive does that. I love to see my husband stand up and take control. I want to see him in that leadership role. However, there's times where we do work as a team. You know what I'm saying? It's just about when it's appropriate to be in that role. But a submissive person, the submissive in the relationship, they are secure in who they are because you're releasing that control and you allow that individual to shine. You allow that individual to take all the accountability for their decision. You know what I'm saying? You're sustaining, you're quieting yourself, for the sake of the marriage, for the sake of the outcome, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be secure in yourself to do that. Now you got some people who are submissive by force because the other person is so overwhelming and so overpowering and so dominant. You know what I'm saying? That they're just pushing them in that position. Those type of particular individuals are dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You never want to be pushed into submission by force. You don't never want your voice to be silenced by force by a dominant person in the marriage who don't respect the marriage or don't respect you. If you are demanding that this person be submissive, if you are demanding it's my way or the highway, then you don't value or respect that person or the marriage, But if you guys are role playing and you playing that submissive role, whether it's sexually or just in the marriage, then that's a secure person. Dominate me. I know who I am. I know I have a voice. I know that I'm an intellectual. I know that I'm educated. I know that I'm a powerful woman. I'm a queen. I know all of that. But I want you to dominate me. And I told him, when we first got married, I told my husband, I said, listen, I'm a bit aggressive. You're going to have to take control. And I'm giving you permission to do that with me because I know who I am. That's a flex for me.
It sure is. Amen. Hallelujah.
Child.
You know, do me, baby.
Right. Well, like, listen, each to his own. Each to his own. But I think that you have to understand what the word submissive means. Submissive just means taking care of each other. And if that's how you want to be taken care of, then hey, so be it, you know. And you just have to, when you're in a relationship, you have to come to an agreement on how this relationship is gonna, you know, what you expect out of each other. You have to communicate. You have to be able to respect each other enough to submit to each other's needs. And you have to be able to trust one another that, you know, y'all have each other's back. So if you have all of that, that's your foundation, then it's not going to be hard for you to, because to me, submit just mean, you know, that you're taking care of each other. So if you don't mind taking care of your partner, then, you know, hey, it is what it is. And whatever it is your partner wants, then, you know, go for it.
I said what I said. You said something really powerful. You said trust. You know what I'm saying? If I relinquish this control over to you because I feel like you're better suited to be in the dominant role, then I'm trusting you not to take advantage of the situation. Exactly. I'm trusting you to consider my needs and my wants and my opinion and decision making, even though I know I'm in this submissive role. I'm trusting you to take care of me just like I'm going to take care of you. You need me to be in a submissive role to nurture you, to sometimes mother you, to bounce things off of you. You need me in this role. And so I'm willing to be in this role, and I'm secure in who I am and being in this role. But I'm trusting you to not take advantage of the situation. And if you guys agree with that, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Yeah, it's a great conversation, man. Great conversation. All right, let me take a brief pause, pause, and I want to give back Maestro, executive producer. You ready? We're gonna give this is a giveaway to the members.
Okay.
We're gonna do 2 of them, and then we might do another one towards the end when we end this thing. So you ready?
Yes.
All right. So first
Can
of all,
you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. First of all, I want to say thank you for everybody who is a member of the SBK channel. Become a member. You know what I mean? This is my way of giving back one love to you guys. So with that being said,
let's shuffle. Let's shuffle. I'm shuffling, right?
Yep.
All right. Ready?
Yep, ready. And we got Senna is the winner. Shout out to Senna. One more. Let's do one more. Wait. Before you do it,
One more.
I'm gonna say shout out to Senna. Shout out to Senna. Somebody hit up Senna and tell her to come in the chat or that she won. If y'all got access to Senna, tell her to come and collect her prize. Give me her Cash App or however she wants to collect her gift. So shout out to the beautiful Senna. So all right, one more.
I might have it. Okay.
You might have it. I think
I might. I'm gonna check in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Just send it to me. Congratulations.
Oh, wait, let me shuffle. Right. Let me shuffle. One moment. Let me shuffle. She was removed, by the way. She was removed automatically. Okay. Shuffle. Now let's go. Hey!
Triple S is the winner. Is the winner. Shout out to the great Triple S. You know what? Let's do another.
I was trying. I said what I said. I was trying. I was trying. You want another one?
Yeah, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Miss Alice
Okay.
has sent us.
I have it.
Go ahead. Do another.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you do it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's shuffle. She was removed. There's 17 now. Shuffle. All right. Let's go. Yay!
The lovely Gisela is the winner. Is the winner. You know what? Do another one. Do another
I took it down. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you took it.
Hey, I just WhatsApp you. I WhatsApped you Sinners.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. I have to share my screen again. One moment. Share. Okay, you see it? You got it? Okay, sorry. All right. Shuffle. Let's shuffle. There's 16. She was removed. One more. This better get it.
Lucy! The lovely Lucy. Shout out to the
Let's
lovely.
go for a five. Let's go for a fifth.
Let's do it. Let's go for a fifth. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
We're gonna shuffle, y'all.
Last one.
We're shuffling.
Foxy 2 Roxy, I hope she feels better. The lovely Foxy 2 Roxy 1. We got 5 winners. And It's an exciting time, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Alice, your name is there. I said my friends want to win.
No, Alice,
Lord.
you don't rig the game up. So now neither one of us can win, Alice, because you don't rig the game.
Hell. Okay. Lord have mercy. Anyway, y'all check this out, man. One thing. Well, let's look at the poll question. What's the poll question look like, Joe? But I can't see it on my end. What was the reading on it? So, yeah, pull it up, y'all. I mean, she's on.
I'll end it. Okay.
Okay, go ahead
Right.
and end it. Yeah, go ahead and end it.
Yes.
I don't like this game. Where's Nightbot?
Right, Alice. I need my boyfriend back. They don't fire me.
Y'all get on my nerves. Hunchy. Oh, well, Nightbot. I don't think Nightbot is activated, Jen. I didn't activate it. I'm going to have to
There's
get... I'll bring
one
Nightbot.
in the chat. Sorry.
Okay, so when you hear the word, the questionnaire, when you hear the word submission, what comes to mind? 33% said respect, 29% said control, 25% said trust, 13% outdated, and 24 votes. All right. You know what I'm saying? All right. We're going to put that one last. Okay, you said respect, Ms. Jordan. Ms. Jordan, I appreciate respect, reverence. I appreciate you coming through, even though you called me a drunk. You know what I mean? I didn't take offense to that. You know what I mean? You called me a drunk. What are you laughing at? I said she came out the gate. You got drunk. You know, I'm like,
you're straight up drunk.
I'm straight up drunk, and she's laughing.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on, Lester? Lester, the YouTube guy, shout out to you, bro. Good to see you. Good to see you. I appreciate you coming through, slide through. I always look at you, man, when you're on the road driving.
Yes, speaking.
Individuals, ladies and gentlemen, that's a truck driver, and he keeps our country rolling. You know what I'm saying? What you say, Jen?
I got a question.
You say something?
Yeah, I got a question.
I got an answer. Hopefully.
It's really for everybody on the panel, or as well as the people in the chat. I hear everybody talking about submission, submissiveness. I wouldn't be me if I didn't ask this question. It's very easy to just use that word, but I want to hear an example from someone or anybody of ways that they show submission, whether it be in their current relationship, old relationship, because everybody can say it. You can say, oh, it's about, cooperation and reverence and doing right for one another. Give me an example of how you're submissive.
Oh, that's
like,
easy.
Not this big, I want to be this in the bedroom. I mean a specific example, like Johnny walks to school and I walk beside. Give me a specific example.
Well, at the end of the day, submissiveness is about just taking in consideration somebody's needs. For instance, there was a situation where my husband and I, social media, both got hacked at the same time. We know exactly who it was. We know what was going on. And he knows I'm a content creator on different platforms. He asked me, would you disable your social media for a minute until we get this together? I could have been like, this is what I do. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to do it. But it was putting the greater good above my temporary need in that moment. So I disabled it for a while. You know what I'm saying? Until we got down to the bottom of it. I conceded. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something more valuable than my personal need. It involved both of our needs. And so I submitted and did that.
Thank you for that. So by you giving me that example, what that tells me is you and I share a similar definition of the word. So I thank you for that, because what you said makes absolute sense. I understand.
And I was gonna say, just say for instance, you and your girlfriends want to go out, and y'all been planning this date to go out, and to go celebrate, one of your other friends or whatever, and your husband say, well, I want you to stay at home with me. I need you here with me tonight. And you tell your friends, well, my man want me to stay at home. I can't, you tell your man, what are you going to tell your man? No, I'm not staying at home with you. Or yes, I'm going with my friends. So if you're going to be submissive to your man and your husband, you're going to stay at home with your man because he said he needed you. And you're not going to put your needs over his needs, or your wants over his wants.
Okay. That tells me we have a different definition of submissiveness, which is okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it's all submissive, right? Because like if you were in that situation, which one would you choose?
My fiance wouldn't put me in that situation.
Well, we're not saying if he wouldn't do it. I'm just saying if you were in that situation, which one would you choose? I'm not saying that he would actually do that to you, but if you were in that situation, which one would you choose?
I would go out with my girlfriends. I keep my word.
You're absolutely right. We definitely have a difference of submission.
My fiance wouldn't put me in that position. I'm just answering your question.
This is hypothetical.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's no hypothetical. Yeah. I'm not saying,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what he would, what he wouldn't do or would do.
I feel like, to me, it sounds like it's the same. To me, it sounds both the same. She's putting her husband's needs above her wanting to go out with her girls. He made a request and she conceded and she obliged him. That is submissiveness.
No, she said she was going out with her friends, didn't she?
No, I was talking about your scenario that you said.
I know, but then she said she was going to go out with her friends instead of staying at home with a man. Which one did you choose, Jen?
What I'm saying is that she said that you and her that she had a different opinion of what submissive was.
Oh, okay. The difference of an opinion. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was submissiveness. What you said was being submissive to the needs and wants of the husband making a request of you staying home. To me, that was submission. I don't see how that could be interpreted something different.
That to me would be controlling. That's where it kind of leaned in more to me.
But how is it controlling, Jen? If he's like, say for instance, he had a bad day that day, it just, sometimes coincidences do happen, right? And what if he had a bad day? What if, he had a bad day at work or a bad encounter with someone, or just was just not having a great day, because, every day is not going to be a bed of roses, right? And, every day is not a good day. Sometimes you're going to have some bad days and sometimes you're going to have good days. So if it just so happened that day that, he may, having a bad day, I don't feel like it's control. I don't see that as being control. It's just him wanting the comfort of you to make it stay better.
In that example that you just gave, of course I would stay home in that example. But it's not, I want you to stay home with me instead. No. If I committed to some kind of obligation, you just want me to stay home. That's very different from I see he's hurting, I see he's having a bad day. Of course I'm going to stay home with him in that example.
Yeah. But I didn't give the scenario of why he wanted you to stay at home. I just gave the scenario of him wanting you to stay at home. But I was just saying, well, maybe he may want you to stay at home for whatever reason. And I didn't really state a reason. And sometimes, we still have to, submit and do things that we don't want to do, even if we don't know the reason. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on just a second. I want to respect my brother's time here. Lester, the YouTube God, bro, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to have you on. I've been a follower of yours for a while. I appreciate your time. I know you work hard. You're a hard-working man, always on the road. And I appreciate you coming up on the panel. You're welcome anytime. So go ahead, bro. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
I kept saying I was gonna hit your panel, so I figured, let me go on and hit your panel and knock it out. You
Yeah,
have a good discussion, but you know,
yeah, man.
I don't, you know, I always I swerve the relationship conversation for real. I be done. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people they'll look at me and some people they'll judge me. They'll see me like probably as a simp, but yeah, I don't be worrying about that. Cause hey,
Yeah, man. What you think about it, man? You know, you've been a married man and so forth and so on. I've been following you for a while. You know what I'm saying? I lurk in the bushes on, you know, on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I have your respect. You know, I got your I respect you because I know you're a hardworking man. But you've been married before. But what is your, you know, when you initially? That's what we're talking about tonight. In relationships and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? It can be controversial. And then people can think like you were talking about being simps whenever you're just conceding to your significant other and so forth and so on. But what's your thoughts on that?
I had to put the phone closer to me. You can hear me better.
Yeah, for sure.
I I say it again because I don't want to misspeak, but I'm gonna speak truthfully.
Yeah. I know you will. Now, what I was just saying was, you know, we're talking about submission, but the word submission, and I whenever I first started the show tonight, I was laying the groundwork how submission is a dirty word, you know, these days, you know, when it comes to relationship and so forth and so on. I know that you've been a married man and so forth and so on, and you know about being in a relationship and so forth and so on. What do you think about this word submission? And I want your honest opinion because I know one thing about Lester YouTube God, you're gonna speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? So the floor is yours. What do you think about this subject?
Well, I ain't gonna lie, submissive. I ain't gonna lie, I like the word submissive. But me personally, I can't be submissive. But I like a woman that's submissive. You know, especially well, everybody should listen. So I guess a man got to be submissive in some type of way. Yeah, so you know, I guess it goes with both. The man got to be submissive in some type of way towards the woman, and the woman got to be submissive towards the man. But if they don't, you know, they're gonna clash. I know they say, "Oh, happy wife, happy life," but come on, now we all know that's bull crap. But that man ain't happy too.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
So as long as you both happy, I will both just submit.
Right, for sure. That's my whole thing. I think it goes both ways because it's initially, and you know, man, me and you've been in the same sectors for a number of years. You know, it tends to be, you know, especially on YouTube and on social media, it's male dominant, right? And because it's male dominant, you know, men tend to kind of be, you know, beat their chest. I'm the man. You know, women ain't got no rights, so forth, so on. But I'm on the same mindset of you, and the ladies on the panels, they agree too, as well. It goes both ways. You know what I mean? It's not like you're submitting and you're bowing down and so forth, so on. I tend to believe it's like what you just said is basically, you know, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? I look at it, I liken it to this way. You know what I mean? If I'm with a significant other, I'm gonna help her out, she's gonna help me out. If she's better at something that I'm lacking, I'm going to go ahead and submit and let her go ahead and handle that. And if I'm better at something that she is lacking, she's going to let me do it. You know what I'm saying? She's going to concede to the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with what you're saying. It goes both ways. You still there? He must cut out. You still there, Lou? I mean, still there, Lester?
You can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I was married, I was married for over 20 years. Me and my wife, well, my ex we was together what over 30, but married for over 20. Like I always, you know what I'm saying? Well, she submitted to and I submitted to, so I can't. And I'll never talk bad about it. So
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But things happen. I ain't gonna
So
get deep into it, but things happen. But to this day, me and her,
right.
we cool. You know what I'm saying? We cool. So it is what it is. So it's still to this day, I still submit. And I guess she still submit too.
Yeah. Right. Right. And that's the thing,
So
you know.
that ain't wrong with submit.
Right. Right. And that's the thing. I'm wanting to listen to folks that have been married or are married, or you know, like my sis here to the right, who's about to get married, who's engaged. I'm wanting to listen to what their thoughts are because that's a it can be a controversial subject. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you listen to a female, you know what I mean, doesn't make you a simp automatically. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're conceding to her because she knows what's best. She might concede to you because of certain matters because you know what's best. You know what I'm saying?
I truly believe traditionally, in Western society, you know, when you see a woman in charge, you get that feeling of how did she get there? She doesn't belong there, or it's like an oddity. You know, you're looking at like you know, but this has been a slow progression for women. You know what I'm saying? Where we're now in these positions in life where we do have control of. And then sometimes we use control and submission interchangeably when we shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not about a control situation. It's about an engaging. How are we going to engage with each other through this marriage, through this situation? What is best? Who has the most knowledge about this decision that we're about to make? That is what that's all about. But sometimes we use submission and control interchangeably, and we kind of equate them as the same, and it is not. You know, it absolutely is not. It's all about trusting what to do best. What is the best outcome? You know, in a situation. You know, and just communicating and talking. But yeah, I can get
But
that.
you
You
should
still
be
talking to
pampered
me.
though. All women should be pampered, no matter what.
Oh, of course.
And
Yep.
Of course, but men too. Men should be pampered. They carry the whole world on their shoulder every day. They are born with the expectation to go and hunt and gather and bring back the meat to the woman or make the way, you know, or be the provider. That's stamped on their forehead when they're born. They're a man, they go out and they do. That's a lot of pressure to carry. So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? It goes both ways.
but you also have to have a certain maturity level also, in order to respect one another. Because if you married to someone and it's always me, and never you know, and they never really want to give, you know, to me that's, you know, that's being unequally yoked. Because you have to understand, whenever you get married, you're not going to have your way out 100% of the time. It's just not going to, you know, it's not going to work out that way on either side. And so you have to both be able to compromise, respect each other, trust one another, and communicate well enough so that, you know, you could try to play on a level playing field, so that the other person don't feel like you're just trying to control them, or you're just trying to tell them what to do, or either. And you know, it's like some people, you know, don't do as I do, do as I say. You know, they a lot of men have that type of attitude, in this day and time and yesterday in time. You know, some men just feel like, you know, they were raised that, you know, my dad was the head of the house, and so I'm going to be the head of my house, and my wife just needs to do what I say do. A lot of people have that in their mind, of that's how you run a household, and that's the fastest way to run to the divorce court, in my
I hate
opinion.
that too. I can't stand that. Men that's like that.
Hmm.
My father, he's like that, but it aggravates. I, that's why I say a lot of people, a lot of men, some men look at me like as a simp because any type of woman, I'ma always put them on the pedestal. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. And all that, like man run a household, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, it's
Because half
very
the
crazy
time,
these days, though, because the roles have, it's kind of, in a lot of situations, the script has been flipped. A lot of dudes stay at home now, and the women go to work.
exactly. Yep. There's a lot of stay at
But,
home dads. I see it myself.
but see, that's the thing about it is that automatically, if you're a woman, you're taking care of your woman, you want to pamper your woman, automatically people are saying that, oh, that's simp behavior. That's you being a simp. You know what I mean? I don't think that's being a simp. That's your woman. You know what I mean? You like Lester said, you putting your woman on a pedestal. You appreciate her being in your life. You appreciate her, period. You know what I mean? So you're taking care of her. You know what I mean? And so you appreciate her. You appreciate her. You appreciate everything she does, right? And so I don't, the red pill guys are going to say that's simping. You know what I mean? I do not think that's simping at all. You know what I mean? I don't think that's simping at all. Ladies, what y'all
I
think?
appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie. But now that I'm single, I ain't gonna lie. I'm straight. I'm straight. I'm chilling. I'm all right. I've been single for a while. Cause oh my, I ain't think it's just being single and experiencing life, just thinking about myself. Man, it's crazy. It's a whole new life, but it feels good. It feels real good though.
I
Dr.
agree
said,
with. Sorry, that's what I was gonna say. I agree with Dr. It's about delivery, but like we're talking about, because I think even I want to touch on that, but also what Ryder said. You can't put every woman or a man in a pedestal. But when I was talking earlier, why marry or why get with someone even, right? Why get with someone you don't respect, first of all? And so, true, you can't put everyone on a pedestal, but I was looking up the definition, biblical verse, not biblical definition. I stated the biblical definition earlier, right? But you were looking up just the definition of the word submission. And it says it's the action or fact of accepting or yielding to a superior force or to the will or authority of another person, right? And you mentioned that earlier. And the thing is, it is about delivery, very much about delivery, right? But like you were saying earlier, if you know something, if you it biblically, right? He was given a helpmeet when God created, in biblical sense, when God created Eve for Adam, he was alone. He was single, right? And then he created a helpmeet for him. And it didn't mean that she was supposed to know everything he knew. She was just supposed to help him. And I think that's a lot about all of this, right? It's not so much that they are superior over them, but you help each other out and you level each other out. And so you help one another where one doesn't. If you know something better than I do, then you talk to each other, discuss with each other, right? And respect each other's opinion. And it's all about communication. That's what y'all are saying. So you have to communicate. It's all about the delivery, yes, instead of just biting one another's head off. But it's a lot about the communication and the delivery. And if you come to that agreement because you know better than I do. I don't know it all, right? I mean, I agree with everything everybody's saying, and I just wanted to touch on it. But
Well,
I agree with y'all.
well, let me just say this. The Bible do say, wives, submit to your husband. Okay. But it also say husbands, submit to Christ. So if you have a godly husband that's submitting to Christ, then you're gonna be able to follow in line anyway, because if he's treating God as the head of his house, then that means he's going to treat you well also. And it's really, to me, it's not about submission. It's not about you making me do something that I don't want to do. It's the way that you treat me is going to make me want to submit to you. So it's not going to be a tug of war, and it's not going to be something that you don't want to do. Because if your husband treats you really, really well, and he's treating you really good, and you guys, have a great communication, and you trust each other and you respect each other, you're not going to have any problems with submitting to whatever it is that he asks you to submit to.
I agree. That goes with what Foxy was saying. He showed me how a man should treat a woman to have a submissive wife. Right.
That's
I
right.
agree with
And me and people are gonna have, everybody gonna have strengths and weaknesses, right? So it goes back to what you're saying. So if I can take care of the bills, if I can manage the money better than you can, there's nothing wrong with you managing the household and the money. If he can manage, the house better than you can, there's nothing wrong with him managing the house. Whatever your strength is, then use the stronger person. There's nothing wrong with using the stronger person, and that goes vice versa. If he can manage money better than you, then so be it. Let him manage the money. Because really, a lot of marriages dissolve because, unfortunately, most people get a divorce because they're saying that they don't have enough, relations in the bedroom, and they don't have enough finances. Those are the two quickest things that'll make a person want to get a divorce, other than somebody treating you bad. And I'm not throwing that in the equation, but I'm just saying that's what breaks down the dynamic the most is finances in the bedroom.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing, love?
Or career. Some people choose their career.
Yep. Go ahead, Rachel. How you doing, love?
I'm chilling. I came up to, thriving with Joe. I was speaking to Lou Jenkins. Not Lou Jenkins. Oh my God, because he's in the chat. I was just reading his jaw to Blessed of the God, man. I was making a joke to him because he said he was putting all
Hey, what's going on? I sound like Lou.
No. I was reading his chat down there. I was reading the chat. My bad. No, it's just both L's. My bad. But I was really speaking to Lester, right? Because he was
It's
talking
all right.
about
I'm
how
just
he
teasing.
and he was putting all the women. I was like, yo, don't put all the women on the pedestal. Like, you gotta be careful with that. But I agree with what I said. What I said, because she kind of like stole everything I just had in my head and just spilled it out to y'all. So somehow, some way she was lurking in there, and she said word by word what I was thinking.
Wow.
Yeah, it's true, because it's not my first time saying it, and if I know SBK watches me. I say that a lot, and when it comes to relationships, right? I feel as though now a lot of men, a lot of women are using it, but they're using it as a weapon to control. It's like, you have to do this, you gotta do this, or you won't get this out of me, blah 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 blah, whatever. But it's like, if you're in a relationship, it's because that person made you feel wanted, made you want to do the things that you're actually doing. They didn't force you to do it. You see my point? And
Right.
But there's point, where there's times, right, and there's situations where a lot of people don't hit that topic, where people do switch up, and that's where some of us, where SBK has said it a lot, other content creators have said it a lot. Some of us just jump into relationships. And that part of us is just there because it's, how can I say, the way we was raised up or brought up, or who we looked up to, if we want to switch it up a little bit, because it all goes hand in hand.
What's up, Lou? What's up, bro?
What's good with SBK? What's good with everybody on the panel? Hope everybody is having a good evening.
Already.
Hey, can I say one thing
What
first?
you just said was so that was deep. That was deep.
Go ahead.
Hey, I want to say one thing. We should change this to happy spouse, happy house. So happy wife, happy life. we need to eliminate that and just say happy spouse, happy house, because it's two people that maintain a house.
Right.
So we should say happy spouse, happy house.
Go
So
ahead.
you know that.
So with you saying that, I want you to expound, bro. Go ahead and expound. The floor is yours. Go ahead and expound.
Okay, so what I mean by that is, some things come with compromise. So you might have to compromise certain things to make your house work. So you in your single mind, you have a way of doing things. It may not be compatible with the relationship that you're establishing when you get married. So you may have to compromise some things about yourself to make the other person happy. It doesn't mean giving up who you are. It just means changing it a little bit to adapt to the relationship that you have.
Right. Basically, what you're saying is, I basically said it, and then others, you're basically conceding to certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely. Like single life, you might have been out to 2:00 in the morning. Some relationships, I've been married 17 years. So, and then I've been married 17, and then I've been in a relationship with her for maybe 9. So we have both aspects of the relationship. The things that I did when we were single might not fly when we married. So you might have to curve a little bit, concede, as you said. You might have to concede, it's some things that you may have to compromise, but as long as the compromise is mutual, it'll work out.
Y'all got something to add on that? I think every woman.
Lou, I got that. I feel you on that. But that's for the relationship, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh.
Y'all chime in. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing that I've been saying. You got to compromise.
Yeah, and if
you're going to be married, you definitely got to be willing to compromise. And like I said, everything is not going to go just 100% your way. It's got to be a 50-50. You have to be able to give and take.
Yeah, and I wanted to say something about that submission, if it's okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh no!
We at the bar, man. We at the bar. This is the bar.
Oh, we at the bar? Yeah. All right.
You said what it says. It's at the bar. We at the bar. Bar-like conversation. Go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to submission, I have an issue not with the word. It's how people try to use it. Like, submission doesn't mean follow in my eyes, because if a woman is submitting to me, she's just accepting the things that I have to say. She's not following me. She's accepting them. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between an order and what's the other word? What's the opposite of an order? You know what I mean? It's like, I can't say you can't do this and she got to do what I say. She's not my slave. I'm not her master.
Double standards.
Yeah, she's not. I am not a woman's master. So I can't demand, order, or tell her what she can't do. I can just suggest, because I'm the person that she chose. Because as a man, I am the one who choose who I marry, but she still has to accept my offer. So it's still a 50-50 thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if what I have to offer,
it lands 100, right?
Wait, say that again.
Y'all both giving in something. It's 100. Y'all both giving a piece of each other, not half of each other.
I mean, no, I no, but see, the thing when it comes to men, we still have to have our own, just like a woman has to have her own. So it is 50-50. Because I can only give you half of me. Because I got a half that I have to maintain to myself. Because if I'm not good myself, then I can't be good for someone else. So I still have to maintain the 50% of myself. I mean, it's still all in when it comes to relationships and marriage. It's still all in, but you still have to have a little bit of selfishness for yourself to be able to maintain for the other person.
Can you?
And my bad, sister, I see you waving. I'm gonna be quiet. My bad.
Oh no, she's waving at the chat, bro.
Oh, I thought she was waving to shut up so she could talk.
No, she's waving.
All right, my bad.
She's waving at the chat. Hey, love, how you doing, love? What's going on, beautiful? Stash Cash, what's going on, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out. Okay, go ahead, Jen. Go ahead, baby.
I just wanted him to continue with what he was talking about as somebody who's been married for as long as he has. What are some ways that you submit to your wife? What are some everyday things? It doesn't have to be like the deepest thing ever, but what are some things where I do this as a form of submission to my wife? Since it's a compromise, everybody agrees that it should work both ways.
Okay, I could give you perfect examples. My wife told me there are certain things in the house that she's not going to do. Absolutely not going to do. Take out the trash. And what she said? She said she don't take out the trash. And it was one more thing, but it's been so long. I've been doing it for so long, like I forgot that one. But she said she don't take out trash. So she's never, out of the 17 years we've been married, she might have took out the trash once. My thing was, I don't wash dishes. So that's the one thing I don't do. So I ain't washed dishes in a long ass time neither. So that's the compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you say what the boundary is, and then you either go with the boundary or you don't.
Okay. She comes home, or she's had a long day, and she says, I know I told you I don't really, that I'm the one that does the dishes, but I'm not really feeling it tonight. Could you take care of the dishes tonight for me?
I will. I don't mind. But when it comes, wait.
He don't want to though.
That long ass pause.
I will.
He did not want to answer that.
Okay, so look, no. I don't got no problem answering it, but I'm just saying that she still ain't taking out the trash.
Yo, you're not gonna overlook how he just looked like Terrence Howard when she asked that question.
Look.
Like, wait a minute.
And she probably told you she's not gonna do no yard work, because that's what most women say.
I take care of the yard too.
Yeah, but we have to understand, even if we make those.
It's okay to compromise those.
Yeah, but even if we make those statements, right, and we make that agreement, it may come to a time where, like Jen said, she said she don't feel like it, or she may be sick and she can't do it. And so when you married, it's about compromise, and submission is part of taking care of each other. So if your partner can't do it, then whether you want to do it or not, and pause, you're gonna have to pause and take a deep breath. But you may have to go wash those dishes because she may not be able to wash them, or you may have to go out there and do. She may have to take the trash out because you may, Lord forbid, sprain your ankle. You can't take the trash out. So and so it's all about communication, respect for one another, trust for one another, and how much you really do, care and love one another. And so if you have a good wife or a good husband, it doesn't matter what the rules are. Okay. Because if they need you, you're gonna be there, and that's just bottom line. It's all about you. If you know this person is really your ride or die, and they really got your back, and you have their back, and you really do love this person, there's really nothing that you wouldn't do for them.
You are absolutely right.
Other than one thing, what my friend said on her live today, is Queen still up here?
No, she said
she dropped
Oh,
down.
she left. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Few things I'm not gonna do that Queen said she would do, and so.
Hey, before y'all go, the other thing I just remembered, she said she don't shovel snow. My wife ain't never shoveled snow one time since we've been married. Never. And I make sure she don't shovel no snow and take out the garbage.
The reason I gave that example, because that's actually an example that happened to somebody, and the person that was asked to do the dishes just that one time because the person was tired, his response was, "Do I look like a Mitch to you?
Wow.
If you can't do the dishes, you need to ask your son to do it, or you need to go hire a maid." So I'm just talking about what really happens behind closed doors. We can sit up here and act like it's always just everybody compromises, and there are some people who are firm in their beliefs, and if they say they don't do dishes, they don't do dishes. It don't matter if you're bed stricken and you got a stomach ache. You better go call a maid or get somebody to come in here and do them. But I'm not touching those dishes. I'm just using that approach that happens sometimes, because that's a real example. A real example.
She not lying.
And I'll say, I'll give pushback sometime, but I still end up doing them because I still get pushback because it's like, like you want me to maintain mine. It's like, like I don't do no dishes. Like, all right, now, like I'll still do them, but when I ask for a little bit extra, don't be saying that you can't. Like.
That's what, and you absolutely right. You nailed it right on the head. I feel like submission can be something that you maybe don't agree with, something that you're not okay with, something that doesn't even align with you in that moment, and you do it anyway. It's not this, I kind of sort of am cool with it, because then it's not really a compromise. That's just you just going along with it. Compromise takes real sacrifice in those examples, and a lot of people don't sacrifice as much as they say they do. People don't like being inconvenienced. And for some people, something as simple as washing dishes, it sounds like a silly example, but something as simple as that, I don't wash dishes. Don't ever ask me that again. I'm not a Mitch. You better go find somebody else to do it.
Well,
go ahead.
My bad.
Go ahead, bro.
No. Go ahead, bro. This your show.
No. Because I've told you in other chats I want you on. Go ahead. I told you on chats I want you on want your own. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I was just gonna say that submission is a very powerful word, and people can misinterpret it. When I think of submission in a marriage, I think of compromise and being cooperative, because cooperation means that both people are working. It's a co-op. So that means we're both putting the same energy, time, effort, money, and everything into the same relationship. So regardless to what happens, cooperation is one of the main key factors of success in a relationship. And a lot of people they're not willing to compromise what they believe in, what they see, because they're so used to people telling them, or the ideology of their religion, or how they see things. It's like a lot of people don't know how to have these relationships because they're used to living a life that they were sold or told, that they're not willing to compromise for the relationship. or cooperate with the relationship. I mean, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, and I completely agree. Even Jen J said, yeah, you nailed it. I completely agree.
I just
appreciate
want to
that.
say, first, I appreciate y'all coming on. Y'all hit the like button. You had to hit it, man. We got a great conversation. I knew this was going to spark a lot of interest. You know, I feel like I have an ear to the streets when it comes to great conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's refreshing. Lester and Lou and others in chat. Y'all know, man, my boy, shout out to my boy, Black P Stone. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, you know, in these YouTube streets, man, we don't have conversations like this, you know, in the space that we're in. You know what I'm saying? So it's just refreshing to have, you know, brothers and sisters get together and you know, this is what we talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say shout out to the bestie with the $50. I think did I meet the? No, not yet. Not yet. I don't think I.
You don't have a goal set, so I had to send it separate.
Oh, you have to send it separate. Well, with that being
the
said,
goal timed out. Yeah.
Okay. So shout out to the bestie with the $50.
You're gonna get called a drunkard.
Yeah.
No, the goal is still there. He's got 2 out of the 5 in the goal.
I got 2 out of the 5. Yeah. So
he's spending it all on liquor.
Wait, am I the wait? Y'all talking about me, the drunkard? Because I'm the one drinking.
No. You're talking about SBK.
SBK, you're the alcoholic.
That's why I've been called alcoholic, you know. But shout out to the sister that's in the chat. You know?
And shout out to them alcoholics. I'm an ex-alcoholic. Shout out to y'all alcoholics.
Look, since we alcoholics, let's take a cheers. Let's take a cheers to a great conversation.
She made it biblical. She said drunkard. She is the biblical term.
She said drunkard. I'm like, whoa.
Y'all leave Noah alone. Let Noah drink his drink. Go ahead, Noah. Take your drink.
Oh, Lord. But this is what I've been saying all along, and DR, and I think Joe hit it as well. DR says, I don't believe submission should be one way. I believe in mutual respect, mutual consideration, and shared decision making. We both listen, we both compromise, and we both protect each other's dignity. And that is, to me, that is a perfect answer to a world to where modern submission, you know what I'm saying, is taken out of context. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of us men, we see a lot of men take it out of context, right? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. That is a great. So I thought maybe somebody was saying something new.
Well, I wanted to say something. I just want.
Go ahead. Of course.
No,
of course.
If your spouse don't respect you, they're not going to submit to you. That's just bottom line. It's very hard to submit to someone that's mean to you, talk crazy to you, don't respect you, don't care about your feelings. And so that's why I said it's it has to be a compromise, and you have to trust each other. You have to communicate well with one another, and you have to respect each other. And like I said, if you're treating your spouse the way that they want to be treated, submission is not a question at all. It's just going to automatically fall in line. You're just going to automatically fall in line if you're getting along, you love each other, and you trust each other, and everything's all good. And even in the bad times, because every day is not going to be, sunshine. And some days you are going to be mad at your spouse because, it's life. Like G and J say, every day it's not going to be a good day,
Correct.
But even when the days are, when you're not having a good day, you still want to submit because that person has treated you well. That person has respected you. That person, you trust that person. And so like DR said, delivery goes a long ways. The way that you talk to your spouse goes a long, long ways. And how you respect them.
Yeah, and communication is one of the main factors of a successful relationship.
Hold on,
Exactly.
wait a minute. You cut her off. She was about to turn into Tony Braxton. We just needed
Oh, my
SBK
bad.
to
Hey.
turn into Baby Face.
No,
Like, hold up. Love is like a roller coaster. Submission right there. She just said it. It's like a roller coaster, ups and downs.
I apologize. So you did a natural
no,
pause.
I was done. I was done. Let him cook. Let him cook. I talk all the time, Ryder. Listen, listen. I'm a listen tonight. Huh?
No, I was messing with him. Like, I had to
Y'all
give you your
traumatized
time,
him. Y'all traumatized him by watching those dishes. So hell.
No. I think he's traumatized from YouTube, not from.
See, hey, look. So the thing is with me is that I'm one of the guys who have a peculiar relationship on it. It wasn't supposed to be brought to YouTube, but it came out. But I have a peculiar relationship with my wife, and it came out. And once I started explaining it, people were upset and mad, and they had their certain type of feelings. But me and my wife have open communication with each other, and our relationship is good and it's successful in the way that it works. But other people have issue with the way that it works. So that's why it seems like, like it's weird. But I have the same relationship that my father had, and my father before him, and it turns people the wrong way. I'll just say that, because it's not conventional.
You can't explain to them something that they ain't gonna understand, bro. Only some people gonna understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like I get what you doing. You know what I'm saying? I get y'all. But a lot of people ain't gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? I won't even try to explain it to them. Or cause bro, you in love, y'all two in love. It don't matter to nobody else. Cause they ain't gonna stop y'all from being together. All they can do is just talking.
Yeah, and my wife got my back all the way to Mars, to the end. She got my back regardless. And it was just like, when people heard what it was like, damn, like, Lou, you are so evil. You this and you that. And it was like, yo, like, me and my wife is good though. Like we good. So why y'all so upset and so angry about something that ain't got nothing to do with you?
Hey, Black Moon. Hey, Black Moon. Can I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
say to you, and for Lester, you're putting my mind at ease with a lot of the stuff that you're saying. It really puts my mind at ease, because so many people make marriage seem so scary, and we'll just wait till this person switches up and you haven't seen anything yet, and they give you all these scare tactics. Yet from what I'm hearing from you and from Lester is maintain that respect and that communication. That's what I'm hearing from you guys, rather than the scare tactics. This is scary out here. So it's comforting to hear. Stick with the respect, the communication. That's what I'm seeing as far as longevity, the difference. Sorry.
Hey, sister, I'm one of the men that believe in love. I believe that love exists. It's just rare and hard to find. Because
and marriage is I ain't gonna lie. Oh, my bad, Lou. Finish.
I was just gonna say, love is an action. It's not just a word. And a lot of people think that just because they say it, that it means something. No, love is an action. You could show a person that you love them and don't even have to say it one time.
Yes, that is so true. I was just saying that the other day. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter. Anybody can tell you they feel this XYZ, but if they don't show it, if they ain't in the trenches with you, they're never gonna be. It's not. It don't matter what anybody says. And Lou, I want to tell you something. I say it all the time in different aspects, but it doesn't matter what anybody thinks.
Yeah,
Whatever
for
is
sure.
between you and yours, and you just happen to share it. You just happen to share out here in the social media, what you have going on. But whatever is between you and yours, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. I just wanted to share that.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, sister. Like,
That's a
it,
fact.
unfortunately, it came out, and I wanted to explain it clearly so people could understand, so it wouldn't be a misunderstanding. And when I explained it, it was a misunderstanding because people couldn't accept it, and it was like, yo, like this what works for me. Oh,
And like
SBK, you on mute, bro? What you
yeah,
say, bro?
my bad. My bad. Just like Lester said, and when you explain it to some people, they're not going to understand because that's your business. You know what I'm saying? So whatever's your business, that's your business. What I wanted to say to Jen J was asking for examples of submission. But I'm gonna give you my example. I've never been married, you know what I'm saying? But I will give you a definition. But let me read the chat is lit, you know what I'm saying? So let me read some of the comments, you know what I'm saying? Jen J, she's on the panel, but she's like, people talk about marriage like it's a death sentence. That's true. Alice says that almost 37 years of marriage, I can count on one hand how many times I've taken out the trash. And Foxy, she's going to lay down, get well soon, love, she's under the weather. But what I wanted to say was this. Every relationship, to answer your question, Jen, you say give some examples of submission and stuff, so forth, so on. I've never been married before, but I will say that every relationship I've been in, I'm not ashamed to say this, but I have conceded to the person that I was dating or I was seeing. What I mean by that is that I'm if she's good at something or whatever, like we've explained that, you know what I'm saying? If she wants to do something or she's better at something that I'm better at, then I'm going to concede to that. You know what I mean? You can do that. You can do that better than me, then I'll let you. We're gonna I'm not letting you do it, but we're agreeing to the fact that you're better than that and you can handle that. If I'm better at something, then we're conceding to the fact that I'm going to go ahead and handle that. So I'm that type of guy. You know what I mean? I'm that type of guy that I'm not afraid and I'm not ashamed of the fact that, like Ryder said, like Rachel said, it takes 100. I don't believe in this 50-50 stuff. I believe that you have to give your best. You got to give your all. You know what I'm saying? So in every relationship that I've been in, not one person that I have been in a relationship with, they can't really say anything bad about me. They can only say that I've been helpful and that I've been the type of person that's not going to beat my chest and, oh, I'm the man, you should do what I say. You know what I mean? Not one person can ever say that. You know what I mean? So, and I'm going to continue to have that type of mentality. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel us men, we should be protective of our women. We should look after their best interests. And in turn, when they see that we are looking out for their best interests, we're protecting them, we're making sure they're straight, they're going to see that and they're going to appreciate that. And they're going to show their appreciation in a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? That's my belief.
So SBK, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah, sure, of course, bro.
So with everything that you know about me, if I was such this bad person, why do you think that my wife will still be with me? And I've shown her that I'm the one.
Well, because y'all have made a decision a long time ago that y'all are, that you're going to do what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And so it's not about good or bad. It's not whether you're a good person, whether you're a bad person, because people on the outside, they're going to judge and going to see, they're going to say certain things about what y'all do. But that's at the end of the day, that's none of nobody's business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's none of nobody's business because you're going to have to give an account. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, whatever doesn't happen, if something blows up, that's on you. That's not on them. And that's with anything in life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as good or bad. I don't look at it as being a bad person or being a good person, because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. So I think people need to stop. I think with you shouldn't have to explain yourself of why you and your spouse allow things or do things, or what is understood with y'all in y'all's relationship. That's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? Because I told you I've never been married. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
a
just
fact.
like let's just go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add something to it. I was just going to say, the more, you put something out here on social media, is the more people going to talk, whether you're right or you're wrong, whether you're doing the good thing or not. You see where I'm coming from? Like, at the end of the day, only you and whoever you're with know your business. Nobody in this app, nobody on this platform, nobody on this social media, on the internet, point blank, right? On any social media platform knows you unless they see you in person, face to face, shake your hand. You see where I'm done business with you. Other than that, and I'm not even going to say done business, because even you doing business with somebody, you don't fully know somebody. You see where I'm coming from? So at the end of the day, it's like what you do behind them closed doors is nobody's business. They're going to talk. You bought it to social media. This is, how can I say, the playgrounds, how can I say, the devil's playground?
Right.
And people are going to judge no matter what you do.
Exactly.
No matter what you do, they always going to have something to say. So I just say, do you? And let me just say this one last thing about marriage. Marriage is a choice. Like, I don't know who was that, if it was Lester or Black Moon. I don't know which one of you guys said that it's an action, because marriage is an action. It's not about what you say, it's about what you do. And you have to choose each other every day. And it doesn't have to be a death sentence. If you're married to the right person, like our sister Alice said in the chat, she been married 37 years and she's been happy all those 37 years, and that's what marriage is really about. If somebody can make you happy and you can make them happy, I see nothing wrong with however y'all happiness is. Hell, that's y'all happiness. It is what it is. And if whatever y'all do to make each other happy, whatever y'all do to stay together, whatever it takes to stay together, then do that. And don't worry about what other people say, because like I said, people are gonna talk no matter what you do. If you do good, bad, or in between, is somebody on social media, you're gonna always have something to say about it. Not even on just social media, in your family also, because people have their own crap that they're dealing with. A lot of people may be jealous of you, they may be envious of you. And so I don't worry about what other people think, and SBK will tell y'all what, about me. If you hate me, and you hate something that I'm doing, I'm gonna do it 10 times more to make you hate me even more. Okay. I'm gonna make sure you hate me. Okay. So that's the way I look at that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I'm sort of kind of same way with it.
Lou said that was an action. Yeah. Lou said that was an action. That wasn't me. Because I trust me. I was happily married. I still love her to this day. You know what I'm saying? So things just happen. I just work too much, put it that way. So it is what it is.
So I want to ask. So do y'all believe in soul? Do y'all believe in soulmates?
Yeah.
Or twin flames, or twin flames, or soulmates, because they kind of coexist together.
Who?
At least to me, soulmates or twin flames.
Oh.
Are you not familiar with the term twin flame?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you're saying. I thought you were saying somebody's name, so I said who?
No. I'm definitely not saying nobody's name.
Well, I have a cousin. I have a cousin and an uncle, and I feel like that they met their in one of my uncles that passed. I feel like all three of them met their soulmate because they have been happy since day one, and those people have been married almost 40, 50 years.
Facts. That's what you consider the love, like Celia Cruz and Pedro Knight. For real, for real. That lady passed away, and that man couldn't live without her. He passed away after her. It's a soul time.
Now, if somebody passed
Okay,
away,
so-
if somebody passed away and you're supposed to be in love, you really supposed to go right after them. So I don't know about all that.
Yeah, they was together for so long. Like, no,
Yeah.
they're these two famous celebrities. Well, she was, he really wasn't. But
Yeah.
that love was deep, and a lot of people don't understand it. I was
You
like,
don't
that
think
was
a person
love
might
right
fall out of love with you?
Yeah,
You
they
know,
can
some people
fall
fall
out
out of love.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So guys,
You can have
exactly.
you can have love for somebody, but not be in love with them. You know.
There you go, right there.
I've heard of that too. I mean, listen, relationships exist in many ways. Look at what Kevin Gates is going through right now. He got like 7 wives already. Shit. Ain't nobody judging him. If anything, they giving him more and more support. Who are we to judge? Like, you can't listen. If his 7 wives agreed to be with him, that's their decision. Like, who is we to tell him you can't marry the dude? See my point?
Well, in the Old Testament, y'all know Solomon had over 700 wives, so I'm just throwing that out there. So I'm glad I wasn't in those days, but you listen, to each his own.
Exactly.
And it was only a couple of them that even got mentioned.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
Yeah, so that submitment word, they actually work both ways. That works like being with the person and like when you separating with a person. Because some people can't submit when you separate. Some of these people go crazy when it comes down to a separation. I'm just saying. It's true.
Because I know what he's talking about. I know what Jen is talking about. As all of y'all is making great points. It's happening out here in reality. It's just that in social media it gets so twisted up, right? And it's a pick a side type thing that, listen, it just goes so left. I could put this in so many ways.
It's all about relationships.
I think that religion plays a lot of part in the deception of relationships.
I agree with you in a way, but
because it seems like the religion, when it comes to the religion, and you mix it with once you mix religion with relationships, and it just seems like it comes like convoluted a little bit, like it's just mixed up, because it's like some people have the greatest relationships and people don't agree with them, but the worst relationships they agree with. Like, be miserable until the end. Be miserable to the end.
But that's why take people. But that's why you take people out of the equation. It's about you and your spouse. It's not about you, your spouse, and what everybody else think. It's about what y'all think about each other.
For sure. But when it comes to other people listening, it's like when you tell people, like, look, this is the relationship, this is how it is, and this is what it is. They're like, oh, that is so horrible, that is messed up, and you're evil, and you're the devil, and it's
haters. They're haters. That's what I call it. That's what I call a hater.
Bro, and then think about it. You say y'all been married 17 years. You know what I'm saying? Then you say y'all came to a decision so y'all don't have to divorce or separate. Y'all came to that decision. You know how strong both of y'all is to still stay together? Y'all chose the decision to stay together, bro. Some people give up. You know what I'm saying? But y'all was strong enough to stay together. Can't nobody judge that.
A lot of people walk away, for sure. My bad. I got a delay in my hearing aids, y'all. I'm not trying to cut nobody off. My hearing aids just delayed.
I know you do.
So,
But you just found somebody that think the way that you think. That's all. And that's what it's all about. It's your soulmate. That's what, y'all think alike, and it works out. So, it doesn't matter what nobody else think, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm trying to promote. Like, I'm not gonna judge no one else's relationship. I'm just gonna tell you that, like, if you just be honest and communicate, you can get more things done in your relationship than not talking at all.
Or sneaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
That's
sneaking. Exactly.
that's what's missing in a lot of relationships though. Communication, understanding, comprehension. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're exactly right. You're
Because
exactly right.
it's like I was agreeing with SBK earlier with what he was saying on how he treats a woman, and that's the reason why I say yes to my fiance. You see where I'm coming from? Because he makes me feel safe. He makes me feel protected. He's there when I need him the most, right? He don't just motivate me, but he inspires me, right? Like he's helped me pick up pieces that I thought that I could never pick up. You see where I'm coming from? So it's kind of like, I'm willing for him to do, anything, even take his last name. Because before, I saw a marriage because I was engaged before. And it's like, I thought that I could never, ever, how can I say, have feelings for anybody else? But this man right here showed me that not all men are the same. You see where I'm coming from? And that it is possible for you to pick yourself up again and fall in love when you have lost somebody. You see where I'm coming from? And you're not able to see that person ever again. So that to me is like, yeah, like I feel as though like, it's a little different. He's showing me things that I never thought that I could ever see in a man, because I've seen other, how can I say, growing up, I've seen how other men, how other boys behave, especially right here, within the community. And to see somebody different, yeah, that makes you want to say, all right, I want to be with you. I'm willing to be with you.
I want to say shout out to Joe. She gifted 5 memberships, and some of y'all are on the panel. She gifted 5 memberships, and shout out to the 5 gifted memberships. And it's Jen J, my boy Lester, Gertrude, Black Queen, Cherry, and I am and highly favored. So y'all got gifted a membership by Thrive and Glow with Joe. Shout out to Thrive and Glow with Joe. You know what I'm saying? Great discussion. My boy Pete Stone says, SBK, question for the panel. Does zodiac signs play a part regarding compatibility and success in relationships, or is that just gibberish? What do y'all think?
Sometimes.
Yeah. It depends on which zodiac sign. If you get a Gemini, you don't want.
Hey, you one of my I'm a Virgo. So you go off of the faces, I go off the mood. So we similar, just like the Pisces. The Pisces.
I would just say this. I did date someone that was a Gemini, and if I tell you, it was like, oh my God, it was just so easy.
My wife is a Gemini.
Yeah,
I'm a Virgo.
Yeah,
I'm in moods and emotions, and she's a Gemini. She got faces and personalities, so it almost balances out. It almost don't work out, but it do. It's all about the maturity.
I almost don't work out, but it do.
Hey, y'all laughing, so y'all know what I'm talking about.
Right. Well, being a Gemini, I totally understand. Because you don't know you don't know who you're gonna get. So, but yeah, I think sometimes the signs do align, and sometimes they clash. So now, if I meet someone and they're a sign that, I'm gonna just put it like this: I don't really go into signs or whatever. I'm just into my own sign or what have you. And I just noticed I do gel well with other Geminis. I just do and it's like, we think alike. We have the same type of demeanor. We have the same type of communication style. We have, we have a lot of similarities. But if I meet a Taurus or a Leo and we fell in love, I'm not going to say I'm not going to, be with you because you're a Leo or a Taurus. That's just, to me, that's just,
It's only the zodiac is only for the matchup, not for the end all be all.
I don't believe in that part.
It's just for certain personalities
Yeah, I don't
because.
believe in that stuff.
Hey, look, I'm gonna just say this.
According to the
And
zodiac,
to some degree, zodiac is true. To some degree.
Listen, according to the zodiac, I ain't supposed to be compatible with no Pisces, and it seems like I'm cursed with them mofos. All right.
Yeah, well, they get misinformation, you know.
But
like,
you know, but anybody can have good and bad, and you know, anybody can have anything in them, no matter what their sign is. So you can't, like you said,
I'm a Cancer.
And it's
I wear
just
my heart on my sleeve.
But it's just kind of like compatibility, though. You know, it's who you're compatible with, and who you gel well with, and who you vibe with. You know, and so yeah, you know, to me, Geminis are the best, but you know that doesn't count everybody else out.
Geminis are good people. I don't know why they got a bad rap. My sister's a Gemini.
I know we're the best people there is. You know,
she went right back to Gemini.
Hey, I would fight you on that, but you a good Gemini, so I ain't tripping.
You feel me?
Hey, look, because Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo are the same, and they the triangle. We all the same. We either emotional, moody, or by face. So we all the same. Pisces, Gemini, Virgo are the same in a sense.
Well, I'm gonna have to look those up because, like I said, I only know about Geminis. I really don't know about other signs, and that may be selfish, but it is what it is.
Y'all got faces. We got moves.
She went right back to the Gemini.
Gemini.
Well, that's all I know about is a Gemini. I don't know about other signs.
I talk about the Leos. That's all I know. I'm a Leo, but I don't really go by the horoscope or the zodiac. And if anything, when you take it there, I feel as though the Chinese zodiac is more accurate than the American zodiac. But it's a topic.
I'm the middle monkey, so I already know. So Chinese zodiac go by year and time, the time you were born.
It's like what read about your personality on them Jones is more accurate than the American. I'm supposed to be a Leo, and half the time, half the stuff that's said about me don't even match with me.
Well, I'm gonna go by how you treat me and how you talk to me, and how you protect me, and you know, if we lining up well and we gelling and you know we getting along, that's really basically what I'm gonna go by. And then if it's a Gemini, then that's just a plus. It's just extra.
My dad told me that the perfect person for you is not who you want, it's who you need. And that's what I live my life off of. Life is about who you need, not who you want, because what you want is not, you know, what you what it's not. What you want is not what you need, and what you need is more valuable. So the person that's most perfect for you is who you don't pay attention to because you don't see them because it's what you want.
Basically,
but once you start looking for what you need, that's when you'll get what you need.
All I gotta say is with these signs, Alice, what's understood don't need to be explained. That's all I gotta say with these. That's what I gotta say about these signs. Alice, you know what time it is. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. And I go on mute.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, the perfect person for you is not what you want, it's what you need. And if you ignore what you need, then you're not gonna get what you want. And that's what my dad taught me. So that's why, you know, that's what I learned in life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I end this thing, y'all, I want to ask the men, my brothers that's on here and the brothers in the chat, and the ladies, you know what I'm saying? We talk about submission and stuff tonight. We've been talking about it all night tonight. So can we agree that as far as submission goes, the word submission, quote unquote submission, right? Can we agree, or can we disagree respectfully that we have to hold ourselves accountable in order for our significant others to respect us, and not only respect us, but to concede, submit, or whatever. You know what I mean? What I mean is, I got two men on the panel right now, for example, that have either been married or is currently married, right? So can we agree that us men, we in order for our women to concede to us, respect us fully, they might love us, but as far as our leadership skills, our communication skills, we're going to have to do what we have to do as men to protect our ladies and do what's best for them. We have to hold ourselves accountable and be the right men in order for them to submit. Do y'all concede with that? What do y'all think about that? Ladies, y'all can chime in too.
If ain't nobody gonna say nothing, I'll say something first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Respect is something that you earn. And if you haven't earned it, then you're not going to get it. If a woman accepts your protection and she knows, like, everything is an action. We can say these words all day, but if you're not showing action, it don't mean nothing. And as long as people are not showing the words that they're using, it means absolutely nothing. So when it comes to relationships, if you're not showing the action, it means nothing. And that's why I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do in my relationship, because I've proven it and shown it that regardless of what goes on, you're going to be protected. You're going to be honored. You're going to be respected. Unfortunately, you was some other stuff, but it still didn't change the dynamic. So, submission should be replaced with cooperative. Because the only way relationships work is if people work together. Because it's work on both sides when it comes to a relationship. It's work on a man and it's work on a woman. And once that's not being conveyed or shown through action, it means nothing. Love and relationship are actions. And I'm gonna stop right there and let y'all. My bad.
Well, as a woman, oh, go ahead.
No, I got to say it. Go ahead.
That was nice, Luke. But I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
Relationships, you know what I'm saying? Relationships, I ain't gonna lie, they the best. I think everybody should be in a relationship, marriage or just with a spouse, because it's nothing like coming home to somebody or waking up to somebody or having somebody to talk to. Trust that. So submit when it comes down to being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Make them sacrifices, because that's where it's at. It's on both ends, not just for man and not just for women. Love is the most powerful thing in this world, so y'all already know. Love each other. And I appreciate you letting me up, SBK. Man, you brought me out. You brought me out. It's different for me. You already know what I be on. I don't think I curse. I don't think I use no profanity. So
Hey, man.
Luke, don't drop. Wait, let me ask you a question. So if you came across a woman like Keke Palmer and her way of thinking, would you accept that type of relationship?
Yeah, because me personally, I
You heard
never
about it,
judge
right?
a
How she
woman.
thinks about the
Yeah,
relationship.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how she move. It's up to me to accept the way she is, not for me to change her. Because either way, if I accept the way she is, that means I'm happy with her.
Okay. A lot of men don't accept
It
that.
don't matter
They
if somebody else thinks something.
women.
I ain't
No,
gonna care
I was
what somebody
asking
else
them.
thinks.
It's
It
the
just
first
matter
time
what
I
I
heard a man
think.
say that. Because normally when I ask that question, they'll come with, "Nah, that they think a woman like that is going to cheat." You said something completely different. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't think no woman like that gonna cheat. That's crazy. That's assuming.
No, they
See,
say
that'd be a lot of
women.
people's
You
problem.
see where I'm coming from? A
But
lot of
what's
men
supposed
think
to
the
be her
women should
problem,
cheat.
though? But what's supposed to be Kiki's problem?
I think she, the way of thinking is her way of thinking. I don't have a problem with it. She
Well,
just
but
wants
I'm
to,
just
if
saying,
it was from
what are
her,
people
right?
saying? But I'm saying, what are the people
I
saying?
don't know. A lot of people always got a problem with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say
I
this.
just was curious, because he said it a different way. So I just,
And also, let me just answer SBK question as a woman. As a woman, I don't want you to ask me. I want you to make me want to. Okay, because to me, that's what a relationship is. No one should have to ask anybody for anything. You should make your partner want to submit to you. The way that you treat them, the way that you talk to them, the way that you provide for them, the way that you protect a woman or whatever. Really, y'all can really get what y'all want out of us. It's all about it's make us want to. That's the key right there, and vice versa.
You're talking about divine femininity.
I like that.
And
Make
divine masculinity. That's what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You could if you were in your divine masculine, a woman to give you everything you want,
and vice versa.
Yes, ma'am.
And a woman can get anything she wants. It's all about how you present it.
I'm gonna tell a secret that I wasn't supposed to. That a woman in her divine femininity rules the world.
I've been trying to tell them that.
That's a secret. Hey, it's a secret. Is that not a secret? Am I lying, sister?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's why I say, you don't have to ask me, make me want to. Just like I'm not gonna ask you, I'm gonna make you want to.
You want to go sit by the water, sister? Let's go right now. Let's go sit by the water, and we gonna have a couple drinks. Let's go sit by the water. She laughing.
No, I don't want to go sit by the lake, unfortunately.
No, but you get what I'm saying, though. I was just using that.
You get what I'm saying, also. Yeah, you feel me? We understand one another. We right here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I know exactly what you're saying, but and that's the key to the relationship. You don't have to ask me, just make me want to. That's all.
Man, this has been a lit conversation, bro.
Hey, we rule the world together as long as we stand side by side.
That's right.
Hand in hand.
That's why every other that's why every other culture in this world is ruling right now, because they got their woman with them, and we the only ones who don't.
Yeah. Well, that's because we're so busy turning each other down. See, we're busy turning each other down. And I'm guilty of that myself when I was younger. If I got mad at my spouse, he make me sick, and I'm talking about him and just running him down. And you do that as a young person, but the more you grow, and the older and mature you get, you understand. Even though you're upset or mad or whatever, you really need to keep the outside out of your business. You don't need to be going around talking about your spouse because they did something to you. And you have to work that out between each other, because once you put the outside in it, then they may not want to get out when you get ready to jump back in. So,
who are you, sister? Who are you, sister?
I am.
What's your name? You got a channel?
I said what I said.
Hey, your name sound familiar. I'm Lou Jenkins. You 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 speaking the same language I'm speaking. You got a page or something?
Oh, yes, I do. Somebody please
Oh,
put my channel in the chat so Lou can subscribe.
no, because it's rare to find people that have the same sentiment as me.
Well, Lou, you might want to talk to SBK about me, though.
Hey,
SBK
no,
can
hey,
put
you
you
know
on,
what? No.
SBK
See,
can
because
put you on game.
my SBK be laughing at me too. So you know what I'm saying. So I already know it. Hey, if SBK been solid with me, and if he fuck with you, I can have these conversations because a lot of people have issue with my perspective, but I can
He
talk
said he
about
could
some
take
stuff.
it. He said he could take you. I said what I said. He could take a little bit of sweet and a whole lot of dangerous.
I bet he can. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I know exactly what he's talking about. So Yeah.
Oh,
and
so okay.
I can handle that. I really can. So yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy that some people can't have these conversations because as soon as you have the conversation, they get angry and frustrated instead of just listening and just giving their perspective and what they disagree with without being disrespectful. And I like to have these conversations. Like I'm okay with these conversations because I might say something you're gonna disagree with, but you're not gonna disrespect me. You're just gonna say, okay, I don't agree with that, and you're gonna give your perspective, and we're gonna be able to have a conversation.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
tell
I
them
can
all the
tell.
time. I tell people all the time I disagree with that, and then give my statement and go on. But you have to learn how to you have to learn how to talk to people. I don't have to. We can agree to disagree. I don't have a problem with that. I do it all the time. But it's the Gemini thing.
Well, it's a Virgo in me too. we almost the same. Gemini, Virgo, and Pisces. Look that up. Look up that Trinity because
Oh
every
yes,
sign got their Trinity.
I'm definitely gonna look it up. You said Pisces and Virgos. Okay, so I'm gonna look.
Pisces, Virgo, and Gemini. We similar in the same. We just a little bit different, but we all the same.
Okay, I got you. I feel you.
Hey, I'm gonna give y'all's last words. But I want to say, man, shout out to Lester, the YouTube God. I appreciate you letting me up, bro. I'm going to have to come back and do this again. This was new for me, but I rock with it. This is something I know I need. Thanks, bro. And I want to say shout out to him. Thank you for that, bro. I appreciate it. Lou, that's the same thing applies to you, bro. I've told you in your chat before, man. You're welcome to come up anytime. You hear? I want to say also, I want to say Lucy, I appreciate you, love. She's been rocking with me for a number of years now. One love to you. I appreciate you for the $9.99 and everybody else that's super chatted. I appreciate y'all, man. This has been a great live. I knew it was going to be a great live because I've been brewing this together for a few months now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I have the heartbeat. I feel like I have the heartbeat of our little community. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I really feel like that. Listening to y'all, subscribing up to y'all, and being a part of y'all's chats. I really appreciate it. And I learn from y'all. And because I learn from y'all, I get ideas. And that's what it's all about, man. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Learning from each other. We might not agree totally. You know what I'm saying? My girl Jen J, she always, when she comes up on the panel, she makes it lit. Of course, I said what I said, and Joe, but the men, Lester, I appreciate you. Lou, I appreciate you. Of course, Riders, you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So everybody that's came up on the panel, and I missed somebody else that dropped down. Oh, Queen of Queen, she knows what it is too. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I'm going to start with Lou. Lou, again, I want to thank you for coming up. Lou, I've been on YouTube. Yeah, I know your story. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I pay attention. We're in the same spaces. You know what I'm saying? I've been around for a long time. You have. So, but I appreciate you coming up, bro. I really do. And don't make it the last time. You hear? I'm
No,
gonna
sir.
start with. I'm gonna start with you and give your last thoughts and your final words, and then we're gonna go around the world. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, I was gonna volunteer first because this this a new panel that I'm on and everything else, and you got beautiful sisters with beautiful minds on here, and I just want you to know that I appreciate you for giving me at least the opportunity to speak because a lot of people don't, and I appreciate you for allowing me to speak, and and I do have something to offer and bring to the conversation of relationships. I do regardless of how bad it looks, I still have some input that could help someone else, and I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak, bro. And to the ladies that's on the panel, I appreciate y'all for even tolerating and listening to me because I be on some fuck shit sometimes. So so I appreciate y'all. Hey, and I hope y'all have a great evening. You know what I'm saying? And I won't be a stranger, bro. I appreciate you for letting me up. And like I said, y'all have a good morning, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All
Respect
right.
and peace.
All right.
Same
Great
here.
talking with you, Lou.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
I
Both
want
of
to say
y'all.
shout out.
All my
I
sisters.
want to say shout out to my big bro Angelo. Shout out to you, bro. You know what it is. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, right. Hey, look, I got
I'm dead.
this book right here. Look, this has
He
been.
did a short
I
video. I don't know if you caught it, Rachel.
yes.
Yeah, I gave him a shout out on my channel. I gave him a shout out. I gave him a shout out twice because he read he read one of the oldest poems I wrote on that book. I was 20 years old when I wrote that
I got
poem.
another one. I got another one. I want to read, and of course, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to put it on my short. That's my way of saying that I appreciate your content here. Y'all go and subscribe up to Lou Jenkins, and go subscribe up to Sis here, uh, Riders for Life, and y'all go and cop this poetry book, Riders for Life poetry. The way a shawty sees the world, and it really speaks to me, man. It really does. It really resonates with me. The words that you speak, and so. But with that being said, y'all going sub up to Riders, to my girl Rachel. And what are your final words, there, Mom?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having me up here. You know how I feel. I feel as though we need more men coming out here with these topics, all right? Not just us women. Even though, y'all think that not a lot of women, are content creators on this job, but the few that are up here bring these topics, out a lot. And, we appreciate them. But I appreciate the way SBK is doing it. All right. Shit don't go left. People are able to express their, opinions, their feelings, what they think, and much more. So I appreciate you for that. And another thing, right? I need you and Joe, right, to pop up on April. I got the John scheduled, the live schedule. Y'all are one of my biggest supporters, so I need y'all to pop up. So I'm gonna be giving away some copies of the new poems, the new books that I got coming out. So these are gonna be published this month. So this month coming up, in February. So I'm doing the giveaway, and I know that y'all two are proud of it. So I need y'all to pop up there. And y'all gonna be first. The winners of that day is gonna be the first ones to have a copy of that book.
Absolutely. Already.
You have it posted already, so I can put my.
Yeah, I got a schedule. Yeah, it's scheduled.
Okay.
Like, I'm definitely gonna do that, man, because I feel as though, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all for the support, man, and my poetry is meant to inspire. Like, if people can relate to it, that's the whole purpose. So I really appreciate you. And like I said, man, I appreciate you for having me up here, and keep doing your thing, yo.
Facts. And it's all love here, man, because whenever I read this, every word every word of your poetry resonates. So I appreciate it. It's going to be more shorts that I'm putting out of your content because I want more people to go and cop it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and I'm getting deeper and political with it too. Like before I hop
yeah.
over this, John, let me give you one of the new poems that you're gonna read into the book.
Go ahead.
This one, because it's still not done, because I'm still typing it into the computer. This one has no title on it, but it's political, all right? And it goes like this. If you can't bend the rules, you won't make a difference. To change the game, you got to play with persistence. Manipulate the system. That's the key to resistance. Without power in your hands, your voice becomes distant. Don't just talk about change. Take control of your fate. Navigate through the loopholes. Don't hesitate. Influence decisions. Don't underestimate. To rewrite the script, you gotta innovate. Laws are not set in stone. They could be rearranged, but without leverage, it's hard to exchange. Position yourself strategically, my bad, on this stage. So if you want to make a difference and leave a mark, study the law and find where it's dark. Use it to your advantage and embark on a journey of change that will spark. My bad, I stuttered a little bit, but I have a little hard time pronouncing certain words. But I know the meanings of it. So
You good.
like, like I said, this is political, and it's more trying to get us to unite, especially when we putting this footwork in and trying to get more voices to be more local than focused federal. So like I said, I appreciate you for having me up here.
Absolutely. And I will be on that Jones.
My bad.
I will be.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get it together. The Philly comes out. My bad.
Hey, I love it. Hey, I need you on this Jones. I love it.
All right, let me get off this Jones. Now here I go again. Let me get off.
Don't change. Y'all go subscribe up to my girl Rachel, Riders for Life, man, and y'all go cop her book, man. That I've had, Riders for Life poetry. You dig? This is my girl Raquel Santiago, the way a shorty sees the world. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go and cop that. You know what I mean? Joe, you're up.
You heard the way. Oh, she already dropped.
You finna be last. You finna be last. you finna be last. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just want to say this was a great conversation. That's what I said earlier. The real thought-provoking conversation. Pun intended. But no, I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate the space that you give. And what was really, I wanted to bring this out because I was just listening since I was moving around. I had to drop. But I noticed it was Lou, wasn't it? That said, he said, you brought this out in me. He said, I don't think I cussed once. And that's something that just says, it's not that I know that about him, but he said that. So that just brings to the forefront that you bring the dialogue, the dialogue of us actually coming together to actually discuss these things. We don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree if we don't all agree, but we can discuss things and get to know. I think that's great. I love it. And keep building. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Bessie. I appreciate you being on the ones and twos, being the executive producer tonight, helping me with the questionnaires and helping me navigate through the chat. So that's my business partner, Thrive and Glow with Joe, Thrive and Glow with Joe Consulting. Y'all go subscribe up to Thrive and Glow with Joe. I'll be hitting your panel, Lou. Shout out to you, Lester. Shout out to you guys, man. All right, Queen.
See, that's what
going.
So I'm not gonna swell your head up because they've already done all of that. All hail the SBK. You're the best, and all of this, all the rest of that. And so y'all already know. But at the end of the day, I feel like we make relationships difficult, and it's not that complicated. Submission is not complicated. Being in a relationship is not that complicated. It's all about trust, love, and respect and communication. And so if you have those ingredients in your foundation, 9 times out of 10, you're going to succeed, you know? And I do hear people talk about marriage, about it being so horrible. And it can be if you're not married to the correct person. So just make sure you're married to the right person, and it'll be all love and happiness. And y'all already know my motto. All my days is LG, which life is good. And so life can be good if you married. And it's really what you make out of it. Okay. And so it's about give and take. It's about compromise, and it's about coming together. And so if you have those ingredients, 9 times out of 10, your marriage will be successful. I really did enjoy talking to the guys on the panel tonight, SBK. I really did, because I love it when men are on the panel, because I love to hear their perspective, and and to hear another point of view. And also just to make sure that I'm on the right track, making sure that what I say is right, because I don't just want to be spewing out anything on social media, and I don't want to be just telling people anything. Like Jen J say, some people just say this or that, just to make it sound good or what have you. I'm all about facts. I'm all about trying to tell people, give my experience, and try to, enlighten you on how you can have a better life and how you can have a better marriage. Even though I wasn't successful, I still learned from it. And that's one thing we should do in life. We should always learn from our mistakes, because that's what helped push us further in life. Okay. So it was a great show. I enjoyed myself. And I will see you next Friday at Tap In with U and E.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
I wanted to say, I think that's why it's really good that we have this kind of dialogue, because if I would have known back then, or learned, or actually, well, I tell my son all the time, you're not gonna, you got to learn on your own, right? Yes. But I think if we had more people that we were listening to, not just maybe watching, I think it would have been good. I don't know, to learn, right? I think that's why it's good we talk about these things. I really do.
Well, that's the reason why I like y'all two right now. Y'all know what it's like to be married, and so it's very imperative to have people like y'all. Yeah. Oh well, Joe too. You know what I'm saying? So and it's not a knock on y'all. It's just that y'all know what it's like to be there, to be in a relationship, to be married, to have joint incomes and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a reason to my madness. There's a reason that I have content like this, because I know, listening to y'all, what y'all have been through, and me not being married, I can't relate to someone being married. So when you have a subject like this, it's going to resonate with somebody like y'all and other people that are or have been, and it's going to help others to understand each other, you know what I'm saying, or understand what you're going through, understand what you're going to face in the future. Understand what you're going through now. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why I appreciate y'all coming up, because that's what it's all about. You know what I mean? Just because you've been married, you were married before, doesn't mean that that's a failure, because you can learn from your mistakes, and you can learn by telling other people of the pitfalls and what you've been through and how they can avoid those things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very grateful for y'all. I really am. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at divorce as a failure. I look at divorce as something that you've been through, and that you've learned from. You know what I'm saying? And so everybody has a testimony. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a story to tell. You can help. What the hell? Yvonne, what the
this is her favorite subject.
She's been dying because she loves the subject.
Yeah.
I got one more day, but I like the subject. I want to get up there.
Man, I missed you, sis. I missed you. I
and let me just clarify something. And let me just clarify
Go ahead.
something. I don't feel like a failure at all. I feel like I've lived my best life. Trust me, And
Yeah, for
I
sure.
was when I was married. Trust me, I had fun when I was married. I'm not gonna lie to you.
For sure.
And I had a real good life. And I probably could get married again if I wanted to, but right now I'm like the other brother. I'm just enjoying myself. I'm just enjoying myself right now. Not being beholden to anybody. Doing what I want to do when I want to do. And that's why life is LG for me. Okay. And I feel like everyone should spend some time by themselves, preferably before you get married, so that you can find out who you are. I feel like that's very important. You really need to know who you are before you go into a commitment or a relationship with someone else. Because if you know who you are, then you're not gonna get lost in the sauce once you connect with someone else. Okay.
I agree. Completely agree, because that was, I got married right out of high school to my high school sweetheart, and so we were
and you didn't
growing
know
up.
who you were.
No, at all. I didn't even know who I was after my second marriage. I'm serious. Like, and that was like the biggest, man. And I'm out here watching women and even in my friends' lives, women and that they've gone through, women that just bounce from one man to another, and this is what they do, and they think that they're supposed to have success with those women. Like, you need to see, this is what I tell my male friends, you need to check what their history is like. You need to, because I'm out here as a woman knowing there is no darn way, try not to cuss, there is no way a woman is healthy or a man is healthy that is just bouncing from bed to bed, from D to D, from P to P. There is no way it's healthy. None. And so you're not going to, in a new relationship, you're not going to be healthy. It's not going to be about anything. So that's why these men think that's why they vow out of committing, because this is all they're seeing out there. Unhealthy people just bouncing back to back. And
exactly,
this is, man, anyway, I'm sorry.
And some of them are old. You sometimes you got some old fools that never grow up.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh,
but we'll have to discuss this at another time. I think SBK is ready to roll.
No. Look who's on the chat. Look on the panel.
Vaughn came up.
Yeah, I see.
Hater.
Hey, Vaughn. Hey, Vaun.
Hi, guys. I'm giving y'all the biggest hug right now. Oh, I love y'all so much. Hi. Hello,
Oh my
chat.
gosh.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Oh my God.
Hi, Miss Alice. Hey, y'all. Did y'all miss me? Please tell me y'all miss me.
Yeah.
Y'all did? Okay. I missed y'all too.
I'm gonna tell SBK, ain't nobody finna swell your head up tonight.
Since I missed you, y'all know I talked about this almost every day while I was gone, so she don't miss me like everybody else miss me. But I miss y'all.
Missed you. She said,
Yes, great conversation. I'm loving it. Y'all are giving great advice. Y'all are saving young marriages. Okay, y'all doing y'all thing. I'm so proud of y'all. I miss y'all. I'm gonna give y'all one more hug.
Group hug.
Hey, Vaughn, we do what we can, child.
Well, I think I thought he was like refusing to open the bar because you weren't around. I'm glad he opened up the bar.
Now, see, Joe, you shouldn't have told me that, because now I feel extra special. Okay, even though that's not true, but the thought of it being true makes me feel special.
but hold on now. But hold on now. You know, the bar hadn't been the same since you've been gone. That's a fact. This is the
But I
first
don't
time
think
I've
it's been
opened up the
open.
bar. It hadn't been open, bro. It hadn't been open.
All month.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting emotional. Don't be swelling my head up like Sis said. Don't do that.
Girl, the ball been just fine without you.
Look, I feel so special.
We've been kicking it with it's been LG, so I don't know what else you can't
It's
talk
been
about.
LG.
It's been LG.
Oh shit!
I mean, you
Sis,
do
don't be a hater.
Listen, you do enhance it, but it really is being LG. You know, me.
Oh my goodness. But no, all jokes aside though, this is a really good conversation. Like for real. Really good conversation.
I'm thinking of doing a spinoff, but it's going to be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about doing a spinoff. But I listen to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I listen to you, Vaughn. I said what I said. Joe, we all know, you know, y'all are three ladies that I'm close to on here, you know what I mean? Because we're close, you know, on here on YouTube. But I listen to y'all. I listen to y'all stories. But from everybody's stories, I try to construct some content to where everybody can relate, whether they agree or disagree. I did not know my brothers Lou and Lester. I've been knowing them for years. You know what I'm saying? On here, and I don't know them personally, but I've been knowing them for years. He's back up here. I've been knowing them for years, but I did not know that they were going to come up, and they offered some great advice. And it's especially, you know, all you ladies, you know, you guys are always rocking on my panel, but it's it's always good to see the gentlemen come up. What's up, Will Lou? What's up, Will, bro?
I see you still talking, so I was just gonna add to the conversation because hey, look, hey, bro, I'm gonna just tell you, bro. When it comes to talking about relationships and love, this is something that I'm actually semi good at. You know, like,
but you know,
I'm not all the way bad at it. You know.
Before I end this thing, what I want to try to get, I've always said this. All the ladies on here will attest to this. I've always said that the goal of my channel is to always bring a perspective that is not probably popular, but we could talk about it, and we could talk about it like grown folks. And when I say bar setting, I mean bar setting. Picture your friends, you're out and about at the bar, you're out to have fun, right? There's so much stuff in the world. We can talk about politics, and I talk about politics too. Queen, I said what I said, talks about politics. I talk about politics on occasion, but on a Saturday night, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be beefing, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be talking about nonsense. We want to have fun. This is like a bar-like setting. So I want to bring content. I want to be different from everybody on YouTube, on social media, to where we can talk. We disagreed on some things tonight, but you notice how that was, you know what I'm saying? We disagreed, but it was like agree to disagree, we move on. And that's how I want to set a precedent on my panel, because we got different walks of life. You know, we got Christians, we got Muslims, we got people on here that are different. You raised different, you know what I'm saying? You come from different backgrounds, and we all come together and have different, dialogue, but we can learn from each other, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about.
And you forgot us semi-Christians.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, Vaughn, the semi-Christians with one foot in, 1 foot out, and
y'all didn't. Y'all didn't.
Let me just say this. I'm gonna do enough to get out there and work in the parking lot and get a reflector jacket, okay? I'm gonna be out there working in the parking lot. So that's gonna be good enough. And also, I want to tell
Don't
Lou.
forget it's gonna have gold trim. Don't forget.
Yeah. I want to tell Lou, I'm gonna subscribe to you tomorrow because and anybody that subscribed to me tonight, I'm gonna subscribe tomorrow because I don't want YouTube to drop the subscriptions. Because that's what they do if you guys subscribe back and forth to each other, you know. I was trying to figure out why you lose subscribers, but that's what's going on. So everybody can't subscribe to each other at the same time. You have to at least wait 24 hours.
Yeah, because YouTube be
Vaughn,
tripping. Huh?
Vaughn, did you see Alice what you said? I'm not
She
gonna
said
be
I'm
up all
going.
night with y'all because of our
Yeah,
Yo, I'm not gonna look.
I got a question. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go too.
I don't have no
I'm not going
questions.
to answer no more questions tonight.
Sis, look, I don't have no questions. I do have a statement to make though. You know, since bro opened the door, you know, for us Christians, and you know, sis wanna, you know, holler out semi-Christians or whatever. But I heard when bro said that and I might be misquoting you, but I agree with you either way. You said that submission is for both, you know, individuals in the relationship, right? And I agree with you. And what I was gonna say about submission, how I look at it, is a form of protection. And y'all know, okay, since you know, bro opened the door for us, you know, Christians to come in and speak, okay? So, the Bible tells us to submit to our husbands, and our husbands also, you know, to love us as you know Jesus loved the church. And a lot of people don't think or realize that that's also meaning that a husband should submit to his wife as well, right?
Facts.
But when you look at it, you know, your husband isn't just submitting to you and you're submitting to him. You know, with God in the relationship, your husband submits himself to God, you know, to Christ first, like sis was saying. You know, you're supposed to submit to a man who follows God, and if he's following God, how I look at God is, like I said, a form of protection. So if my husband is looking at God and, you know, he's seeking his answers or, you know, his direction from God, then when he communicates to me, you know, his authority is coming from God, you know, his leadership is coming from God. So then I'm protected. And if I'm submitting myself to my husband, you know, as I, you know, believe and follow God, I'm protected. You know, our marriage, our covenant, our relationship is protected by God. So I do feel that submission is a form of protection. And no, I don't think it should be used as a weapon to control either party, because just like men can use, you know, you're supposed to submit to me. Us women, we can use, oh, you're supposed to lay down your life like Jesus did the church. We can use that as a weapon as well. And relationships are about give and take. Like sis said, it's not supposed to be about me, I. It's supposed to be about both of y'all. It's supposed to be a us and we thing. And we and us is supposed to include God. Do y'all remember how people used to get married and they would have the ropes, and there would be the third rope, you know, bringing them together with God? So that's how I look at submission. Now, you know, 5 months ago, Vaughn would say, you know, submission is some, you know, oh, it's this, and oh, it's the men getting whatever they want, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But that's when you're out of alignment, and that's when you're not in a relationship that has God in it. And that can go for both parties. You know, the woman can be, you know, like, hey, I want to follow God. Or she can be like, hey, I don't care about no God, you know. But if you got God in it and you're doing right, you know, submission will come easy, natural, and it'll be a protection for you and your spouse. You know, so y'all can like be together and be happy.
Wonderful. SBK, you have a great night. I'm getting ready to go down.
Bye. You know what? Sis, bye.
That all sound wonderful.
I said what I said is something else. I wanted to add
Why
real
is she
quick
like
to what
this?
Juan was saying, because she talks to you every day. But
Yeah.
I wanted to say something to add to what Vaughn was saying, because I was saying in the chat earlier, that's why for me, we would have to have like minds. You know, we would have to, like Vaughn was saying, one could follow God and one could not. You know, well, I
No,
could
I
never.
don't think you heard Vaughn. Did you hear this? She got time like her time is like Jesus' time, like my son. Her and my son, their time is real, real fast.
Whatever, sis.
Did you not hear this
Whatever.
woman say 5 months ago? 5 months ago, I would have said something different. Yo, don't drink that. Don't drink that pink Kool-Aid, Joe.
Sis, the Lord can change your heart in 5 months if He want to.
In 5 months from now, Joe, we're gonna be on a whole nother page, baby. So I'm just saying, I know you. I know you want to
get saying, but I agree with that. What she said.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with her today.
You have to have like minds.
I cannot. I can't.
Lou,
And
what's
I think
up,
that's
bro? What
for me, you know?
Lou, what's up,
Lou,
bro?
we lost you. We lost you, Lou.
Oh shit! I can't. Damn it! Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, hey, look, I was gonna have some conversations like this too. If you would come over and have these conversations, bro, I would like to have these conversations too. Because I'm gonna come from a different aspect of it as well. Because and if it's okay with the sisters that's on the panel too, because this is the conversations that we need to have with each other. And that other people need to hear as far as with relationships and, you know, just interacting with people, and because we don't have these conversations, bro. And it's important that we have them.
For sure.
You know, so
yeah, man.
But yeah, hey,
tag me, bro, when you get ready to go live, or you talk about stuff like that. Tag me, you know.
Yeah.
Only reason, you know, I work all the time. These ladies know that I work like, you know, like a madman. But if I'm not working or whatever, I'll be there. But if
I'm old and retired, bro.
I know you are. But you know, but even if I'm not working, I can while I'm working, I can still support. You know what I'm saying? I'm always supporting everybody that I rock with. I'm still supporting. You know what I'm saying? I watch you while I'm at work. It's just that, you know, while you're cooking, you know what I'm saying? I don't, you know, I'm in the bushes just laughing because you make my day. Because you in there just roasting and doing your thing, and I you know, I just watch from the bushes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
well,
I'll be there.
look,
I'll be there, Lou. You know.
Hey, I just subscribe too. I really want to have these conversations, sister. Like my dad was born in.
I can have any conversation you want to have. Trust me. But yeah, whatever it is, I can talk about it. And if I don't, I'll look it up. But I'll subscribe to you tomorrow, and I'll follow you, and I'll support you. If you're going to be having thought-provoking conversations, as the great SBK has. You know. I'll hail to the chief.
I definitely appreciate that he one of the brothers that had a conversation though, because a lot of people don't want to have these conversations, and these are the conversations I would rather have.
As long as it's productive. Yeah, we need to have more productive conversations. So you're absolutely right. So yeah, I'll be there.
Appreciate everybody. I subscribe to everybody on here that dropped a link because I was in the chat. So I want to have these conversations because it's coming to a place in the era that we live in that all we got is each other, and we don't tell each other the truth. We're not honest with each other. We cater to each other. We pander to each other, and I just want to have like real communications amongst us. You know, like that's where I stand at with it. That's why SBK, when I'm like, yo, like, is it okay if I come? Because this is what I really want, and y'all having some great conversations, and I appreciate to have these.
Absolutely.
You know, like
absolutely.
These conversations are scarce, you know. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you long. My bad. I know you're trying to drop down, bro. It's late.
No, you good, bro. You good. I appreciate you coming through because I've always, you know, hey, mi casa su casa. Shout out to my boy, Uncle L. Shout out to Uncle L. Shout out to my bro, Uncle L. You're welcome anytime. Yeah, welcome anytime, Lou. Anytime, bro.
Hey, same to you and everybody on the panel, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lou.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, well, I ain't gonna hold you up. I know you trying to close the show out, bro. I just came up because I thought y'all was still gonna go because you was like, I'm gonna drop down, and then they went on. I'm like, oh, I can add to that too, but I was like, all right.
Well, Lou, we were leaving, but somebody decided to drop in at the last minute and prolong the show another 30 minutes.
I had to wait till it was 12 o'clock, Miss Alice time, sis. Okay, like I just had to wait. I had to wait.
Yeah, hey, well, respect to everybody on the panel. I appreciate y'all for even tolerating me. Y'all have a great night.
Oh, it's been real.
Right,
it wasn't no toleration. It was great talking with you, Lou. It really was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Come back.
All right,
Don't be
y'all.
a stranger, bro.
Oh,
right.
I ain't.
Absolutely.
All right, so
Jordan.
I'm out, SBK. I'll holler at y'all. I'm going to the chat. What is funny? What's funny about me saying I'll holler at y'all?
You funny.
I'm not finna stay up here all night playing around with the great one and the mountain. the great one and
I'm not fishing food with you. You get on my nerves.
the blessed one, the great one, and the super cheerleader. I'm done with y'all for tonight.
Wait.
The super cheerleader, huh?
Who the
Joe
blessed one and who the great one? Because we know the super cheerleader is Joe. So who's the blessed? Am I the blessed one?
You're the blessed one.
Yeah.
I'll head to the chief of SBK. Y'all. he like Agent Orange. Y'all gotta prophesy to him every week. So
Look, sis, here you go. He the bro of all bros. The cool of all cool.
King of all kings. Creator of all creators on YouTube. The best of the best.
Listen, the kind of the kind,
all of that.
We see you, bro. We see you.
All of that.
Look at Alice. Don't be hating on him.
I'm hungry. I'm finna go eat me some pizza. I'm out.
Man, I'm finna go eat too, man. Sis, I
it
miss
was
you.
great seeing y'all. Yes, I missed y'all so much. And just look, I'm gonna hug y'all one more time. Look, I'm gonna hug. Joe, how you gonna leave the group? Hug. Okay, bro, I'm just hugging you. They left us.
I think Joe got on Obama internet or something. I think that's why she dropped down. But sis, when you come back, I hope you stick to your guns and that you when you decide to come back, I hope you decide to come back. Don't come back to no BS. If you know what I'm saying,
right.
Come back to no BS. Stick to your guns. All right. So we've been.
I got you.
But really, the bar, I have not opened up. This is the first time I've opened up a bar for real. That's a fact. Since you've been gone, that's a fact.
Look, see, bro, y'all making me feel too special. Okay, now
I'm being sick. They can tell you. I'm telling you, this is the first time I've opened up the bar in about a month and a half. So yep, she got a lecture for it exactly. And Joe, if she don't stick to her guns, ooh wee, boy.
Look, okay, look, I lasted longer than what I thought I would last. So. Just know, look, like for real though, bro. Like it was like, look, wait a minute.
Hey,
no lies.
Since there was a little bit of restraint, you had a lot of restraint.
Man, I learned a little something about, self-control. So, but I'm so glad, I was able to come up and just chit chat with y'all for a minute. I ain't gonna keep you. I love you. Jen J, I miss you too. And I when I saw Queen was up here, I'm like, they having a party without me. This is not okay. I don't like this. But happy birthday to Queen. I love her too, y'all. I love y'all. I missed y'all. And great live, bro. I'm proud of you. Great conversation. for 2026. Very, very good conversation. And keep up the good work. And I just love y'all. And good night, everybody. Ain't gonna, keep everybody up all night because, I do that. But I love y'all. Bye.
All right, sis, we'll love you. All right. Look here, man. I want to thank everybody that came up on the panel. You know what time it is. This is my house. This is how we conduct business. This is grown folks conversation. I'm trying to be different from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so we're talking about real conversations, grown folks stuff. Every time I grace, whether it's a short, whether it's a live, whether it's a post, it's coming from in here. You know what I mean? And I hope that tonight's conversation inspired somebody and we learned something from each other, and let's do it again. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it again. So I want to thank everybody that donated tonight. I want to thank all of the 4 people that won the giveaways, and I want to thank all of my members and all of my subscribers, everybody that tuned in, everybody that watched from the bushes. I want to say shout out to the great Triple S, scammers, scoundrels, and scallywags for all of her help. And I want to thank Thrive and Glow Consulting and all my business partners. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. So y'all hit the like button. Make sure you cop some SBK gear. Get you an SBK mug. Y'all cop some SBK gear. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Support your boy. I like to give back. So y'all do that here. All right. With that being said, your boy SBK is gone.
Congratulations, SBK, for 1 amazing year of YouTube monetization.
Being a content creator that's monetized, I promised myself a long time ago that I wasn't going to be a fat cat. What I mean, taking in all the money and all that type of stuff and not giving back to my supporters, not giving back to my moderators, not giving back to the people that have made my platform. Y'all, without y'all, I wouldn't have a platform. You know what I'm saying? So I like to give back. You know what I mean? So I like to give back every time I go live. So whether it's with merchandise and all of my moderators and all of my, my moderators and my members, I like to gift you guys, like to spoil you guys, let you know I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I left all
Great
stuff.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Shay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you, Denise. Sent a gift. Thank you so much, Denise.
I appreciate every last one of y'all, man, that have followed me and followed us. If you whether it's tap in or here, I appreciate y'all. And all of that, your support is greatly appreciated, and it's not taken for granted. You know what I mean? I like to pay y'all respect, and I like to pay y'all back, and that's what's going to be done. All right, so become a member, like, share, subscribe.
Again, I want to thank Tricia for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to thank all of my members. All of my members and all of my subscribers, man. I thank all of y'all.
Thank you, Shanice, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate Jimbo. Thank you for the super chat, bro. You know what time it is. One love to you, bro. That's my fam, like right there. Shout out to Brilliance that's trying to start something here with the $1.99.
With that being said, I want you guys to understand that I appreciate every one of you guys, your support of me. In 2026, I want to grow. I want to build. I want more subscribers. I want more viewership. You guys have supported me through this journey. You know what I mean? I'm thankful. I really am. I want you guys to understand that the members are the ones that are the driving force.
I appreciate all the love y'all. Thank you to the gifted memberships. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. Drive and Glow with Joe and there's one.
I want you guys to be a part of something. Be a part of the SBK Media channel.
Shout out to Big Sis for the $2 super chat. And again, I want to thank Lisa for that $1.99 donation. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Just Jay has been a member for 4 months. Just Jay, Kevin Corponin, one of my day ones. And I appreciate my day ones. Whenever I first started here on YouTube. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you being a member, Just Jay, for 4 months. And I appreciate you. Thank you, love. You know what time it is. Shout out to Thrive and Glow with Joe with the $2 super chat. I want to say thank you, Santa, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank Green for Whiskey for the super chat. For the gifted membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate every last one of you guys coming through, man. Y'all showed up and showed out. I appreciate y'all, man. And I appreciate everything, donations, super chat. Here on YouTube, I appreciate all the folks that I've met on here. And I've bonded with y'all, all my supporters. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. A lot of content creators, they take money and they just like to take, right? And I'm not that type of person, you know what I mean? And I want y'all to know that I feel y'all's respect and I feel y'all's love and I feel y'all's, I feel y'all, you know what I mean? And so I appreciate you. All the ones that have supported me and encouraged me, I appreciate it. I want to thank all of my moderators. I want to thank all of my members, any donators. I appreciate y'all. My family and friends, I appreciate you guys supporting me on this journey here on YouTube. I couldn't have done it without y'all. So, special shout out to Thrive and Glow with Joe, and It's Just ETV for helping me navigate on here on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all too.